The battle circulates in all of your celebrations. Congratulations to OKFM and thanks to the Liberia National Muslim Youth Assembly for naming, honoring, selecting our institution, we are told, after a vigorous process as Media Institution of the Year. Thanks to Fasu Donso, Nyanti Tokpa and Fatou Kamara, who made representation on behalf of the management last evening. Congratulations to all of us. We delegate those awards to our reporters, our correspondents in the counties. They are the real OKFM. Good morning to all of you. Welcome to the show. This morning we'll be here up until 10 o'clock. I'll tell you what's going to happen. But it's always a pleasure to be here. It's not a right. It's a privilege and an opportunity. That's why rain or shine, we are here. My name is Piso. Remember, the beauty of life is not whether you are happy, but how others can be happy because of you. Good morning to all of us. Maybe you are driving to town from the commercial city of Red Light or somewhere outside Monrovia. Welcome to this great city. Maybe you're just entering the country on vacation. Welcome back home. If you are not a Liberian, you're at home. This country is a country of hospitality and hospitable people. Coming up shortly, we'll take a break to join our sponsors. This morning, we'll go to Buchanan in Grand Bassa County. What's happening among some of the leaders over there? Still, Pro Tem Nyombli Kanga Lawrence, Senator Bezanga Finley. What's going on? In fact, this week, if all of our plans work well, the OK Morning Rush will move to Buchanan. We want to hear from the ordinary Bassa people there about the issues. We're still making arrangements, crossing our fingers, talking to friends. We want to move to Buchanan, take the show there, hear from the Bassa people. So we have an appreciation of what the issues are. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Join our sponsors.
Liberia, it's time for a new journey, a journey of power, performance, and reliability. CCAR Motors has rebranded. Welcome to the all-new CFA Mobility Liberia, your trusted provider of world-class vehicles, motorcycles, and trucks. With Toyota, experience, strength, innovation, and adventure like never before. Built for Liberia's toughest roads. You need power and performance? Mitsubishi delivers toughness, efficiency, and performance for every job. And for those who move fast and ride with style, Yamaha Motorcycle provides unbeatable speed, durability, and comfort. At CFA Mobility Liberia, we don't just sell vehicles, we provide expert servicing, genuine parts, and lifetime support to keep you moving. Visit us today and experience the new CFA Mobility Liberia. Same trusted quality, brand new experience.
Things are on me with the emergency. How do I manage again?
But I know, why are you sitting here just talking by yourself?
Julie, I need money quick. I want to go find somebody to credit me. Then I will pay them as soon as I get paid with the more in.
EcoBank can credit you, but the only thing you have to pay in 1 month, and the good thing, the interest are just 3%.
For you?
Yeah, just go to any EcoBank branch and you ask for the form to enroll you on their salary advance platform. When they give you the form, you fill it up and you make sure your HR sign it. Then you take that form back to the bank. After you carry it to the bank, they will send you a message to let you know that you're already on the platform. Then you can use the *326# and request for 50% of your salary. Instantly, you will receive it.
Wow, just like that? Any tomorrow morning, Judy, I'm going to the bank to pick up the phone quick.
Yo, go get the form quick. In less than 1 week, you receive the money. And what I like about it, and they can't even ask you for collateral set.
I go in there right now, no wasting time, oh.
I'm not saying you must not go there right now. You must make sure you pay the bank money back.
Hey, Judy, that you talking so, I will pay back quick so I can credit again. Echo Bank na easy, oh. Echo Bank, the Pan-African Bank.
Attention to all lovers of the good things in life. A house is not a home, and a home is the one place where you should feel relaxed and accomplished. Your home should reflect who you are. So, it's time to make that upgrade with minimal damage to your pockets. And I have the perfect solution for you. Home Sweet Home, located on Benson Street, between Center and Buchanan Streets, got you covered. From the kitchen, we have air fryers, juice makers, pressure cookers, freezers of all sizes, and all the modern kitchenwares you can think about. From the bedroom, we have top-of-the-line, exquisite beddings to give you that great night's sleep because you have earned it, and soft, comfortable towels for your bathroom. And in the living room, we have high-definition TV sets of all sizes, unique aerial rugs, classy curtains in all the colors you desire, wall paintings of different sizes and colors, furniture, and everything you can think about for the home. All that at unbelievable prices. We even have low voltage, high quality washing machines and dryers to keep your clothes fresh and new at all times. As a bonus, we have fashion accessories for both the young and the old, designer quality bags, hats, and rare jewelries. So if you love yourself, your family, and your home, it's time to treat it right. Visit Home Sweet Home on Benson Street between Center and Buchanan Streets for that needed upgrade. You can call them on 0886 834 944 or 0770 581 420. Home Sweet Home, for the love of a classy home.
Chatu, where you dey go? Where you dey find?
Why they ask me that kind of question? Say where I dey go? Where I dey go? I dey come. You don't hit my car.
You Menju, why you walking and talking all by yourself so?
My sister, that my car business are really thinking about so to get car in this country is really not easy. Since I put in for my cars and other goods, it is almost 1 year I can't get anything.
But it says stranger who always asks don't miss their way. Haven't you heard about urban used cars and auto parts?
You mean urban used cars and auto parts?
Yes, urban used cars and auto parts is 100% Liberian owned business. With urban used cars and auto parts, you can purchase your new cars, used cars, and all cars parts directly from America for an affordable price. Urban used cars and auto parts can also help you ship your parrots, your boxes, containers, and other goods from your relatives abroad within just 4 to 6 weeks.
Wow, this is a good news. Where can I find urban used cars and auto parts?
If you are in Liberia, Urban Used Cars and Auto Parts is located Fish Market, Tottenham Boulevard, Monrovia, Liberia. And in the USA, 220 10th Street, Brookhaven, Pennsylvania, 19015, United States of America. You can also visit their Facebook page, Urban Used Cars and Auto Parts International, or call cell number +231 887 012218.
Thank you for this information. I am visiting Urban Used Cars and Auto Parts to begin the process of my card and other goods.
Urban Used Cars and Auto Parts. Our goal is to allow Liberians have access to buying things from America without being cheated.
Okay, that's Urban Used Car right there opposite the Invincible Park. Good morning to all of you. Thanks for always joining us. Let's recognize some of the people who've joined us. Lawrence Dopo Fangalo says, good morning, OKFM. I'm following from Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. That's the last dawn. He said, Piso, I have said this thing time without number on this platform regarding the issue at National Bureau of Concession. He said, when things aren't under control, there will be a serious uprising at NBC. The Director General Tito Mambo, well, he said he's a serious problem there. I know the president of the Workers Union there at NBC has been reaching up to us. I'm sure Alfonso Hinan at some point will have to provide him the opportunity, saying he is the representation of the workers, to give us an understanding of what the issues are at the National Bureau. I've always said it. I said two institutions, NBC and DEA. I don't know what is happening. As a matter of information, today the interim management team appointed by His Excellency President Boakai will take over the LDA today in a ceremony 10 this morning at the LDA headquarters somewhere in Fiamande. Yaya Sekuture says, good morning, Clarence. Happy to see you back this Monday morning. Thank you, Yaya. Pedri Mambutu Sharif, good morning, CJ, and congratulations to OKFM. Joel Chuchu Molba, good morning, and to the peace-loving people of Jokola District, Bon County. Kuku Dennis, good morning, OKFM. I'm following from Banga City, Bon County. Please extend for we, the Bon County people. I am sure he's talking about extending. The last time I was in Bon County, and the impression I got from the people there is that we must do everything to work with an institution there to get our programs in Bon County. You know, our programs have attracted a lot of people, and I know an institution. I know Radio Yiramba in Saclipie reached out to us for a partnership to relay our news there. And so a lot of institutions, a lot of counties, a lot of places around the country, people want to listen to the morning rush, the afternoon conversation. They want to listen to the news net and all these things. Will continue to explore ways and means, you know, to get some of the opportunities available to you. Kasi W. Capi says he's watching from the Capitol Hill campus of the University of Liberia, Otelo Sua. Vinicius Bar Jr., Elliot J. Suen is watching us. Benedict Koluba is also watching. Daniel Tante joins us from Tinkers Village. Vamuyan B. Bayor is watching. Minister Kopo Pazo, he says he's watching from his Ministry of Mines and Energy's office. Alexander Samin follows us. P. Isa Tali. Prince Kwal is joining us. Stanley Yakba is following us. Ama Undebe. Adame Taylor. Francis F. Howard is joining us. Ebenezer Gamoyu Green. Terence DeWitt. Christopher Bamba. And all of you who continue to join us on the show, we like to say good morning to all of you. It's because of you we're here. Let's go to other countries and see what's happening in other places in Africa. A head-on collision in Namibia involving vehicles belonging to the security services has killed 16 people. Wow. The accident took place 270 kilometers south of the capital, Windhoek, outside the town of Marintal on Saturday. No words can truly capture the depth of this loss, the president of that country had said in a statement. Like I said, we're going all out this morning. Let's go to Ghana. I nearly said neighboring Ghana. No, we are not neighbors to Ghana. His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, Ghana. This one is published by the Foreign Minister on his speech. He says, His Excellency John Mahama has become the first president of Ghana in the history of Ghana to be invited by a president of Singapore on a state visit. But his visit was not just for the history books. He made profound impact by securing US $1 billion worth of investment deals. Are you serious? Here are some of the major investment partnerships integral to President Mahama's reset agenda. President Mahama is leading Ghana on an agenda of resetting the button. That's how he calls it. Number one, Olam has committed to spend US $200 million for establishing new projects in Ghana. The projects include a new 43,000 metric ton pasta processing plant to be opened next year and feed processing plants for poultry and aquaculture. Some 4,000 jobs are expected to be created. Two, Shangri-La has pledged to construct a US $300 million green ultra-modern iconic 5-star hotel with a grand mall for local and international brands and a convention center to make Ghana the West African Conference destination. 3, a 10,000 capacity students hotel for the student hostel for the University of Ghana. 4, new Kotoka International Airport. Oh, really? That was Singapore want to do in Ghana? New Kotoka International Airport enhanced security and scandals project, which aligns with latest global standards to check smuggling and drug trafficking. 5, cooperation to expand Ghana's Timan port and revive the Timan dry dock. Construction of a new jetty for oil ships. Cooperation with Singapore's Land Transport Authority to establish testing labs across Ghana to ensure only certified quality materials are used to construct durable roads. 8, collaboration of the central banks of Ghana and Singapore to launch a common payment platform to boost trade and international commerce between Africa and Asia. They're going to do something in Tibet. The list is very, very long. Still in Ghana, Ghana issues straight directive on participation in UN General Assembly. The government of Ghana has issued a strong directive restricting participation by public officials in the upcoming 80th United Nations General Assembly in New York, in a move aimed at ensuring learned and cost-effective national representation, according to a statement released by the presidency and signed by Phyllis Kweku Ofosu, Minister for Government Communications and spokesperson to the president. Only an officially sanctioned delegation cleared in writing by the Chief of Staff will be allowed to travel and participate in the high-level UN gathering and associated SAR events. The directive, which allows or which follows President John Dramani Mahima's recent cabinet pronouncement on foreign travel and international engagement, explicitly prohibits ministers, deputy ministers, chief executives of state-owned enterprises, political appointees, and other public officials from accepting or attending invitations to the UNGA SAR meetings, receptions, bilateral engagements, or any third-party events without the express prior written approval of the Chief of Staff. This measure is intended to ensure a learned, coherent, and cost-effective national representation that aligns with the President's resetting Ghana priorities, the statement noted. Pending previously accepted invitations to the GN that the UNGSI events have also been suspended unless reauthorized by the Chief of Staff. The Chief of Staff in Ghana seems to be a very powerful person. I see he has initiated a national, I don't know how I should call it, a national weekly exercise process. You will see him himself exercising with his family. I think that the president will call the Minister of State here. He seems to be a very powerful person. But as I follow the Ghana politics, what about Joe News or what, sometimes everything about other countries is now rosy. Over the last 2 days, I've been following a particular debate. There's a hospital in Accra. Something happened between a patient and some of the nurses there, and the government, through the Ministry of Health, set up a committee that investigated and came up with findings. The investigation did not just look at what happened between the patient and the nurses. It also took into consideration the generality of the health sector at that hospital, and by extension, it gave the government an impression about how the health sector of Ghana is. You will not imagine what came out of that investigation report. They say kind of thing sometimes. And sometimes it's good to say it because sometimes when the good things are happening in other countries, we want it here, which is good. Sometimes when they too have the issues, we need to talk about it so that all of us are aware that everything about them is not just 100%. The discussants, including a medical doctor and other people, were on Joy News talking about the lack of MRI machines and other equipment in some of the major hospitals in Accra. And they were saying this is an old age problem. Governments are coming, governments are going. There are no equipment in some of the major hospitals in Accra for the nurses and the medical doctors to work with. And I was like, what? So it gave me an impression about what we continue to go through as a continent. Don't get me wrong, Ghana I know is ahead of us in terms of health. Why do I think so? Because most of our patients are referred either to Ghana or to India and other places. But the point I'm making is that they too have got their own challenges. Everything about Ghana is not rosy. I sat there listening to the lawyers and the medical people talk about the issues affecting their people. The number of medical doctors to the number of patients to a single medical doctor. You will not imagine. Why am I saying all this? I'm saying this to say, look, that everything outside Liberia in some of the places is not just bread and butter. However, we must not be complacent. We must strive to providing the enabling environment for our people back home. And for me, that's the real issue. Many times we even cry for MRI and other machines, not to JFK or the one out there getting old. The same situation some of the places in Ghana face. But I think they are making some progress. Are we making some progress? Yes. I'm not going to sit here and make it look like everything about Liberia is bad. No, that's not true. We're making some progress. We got some. Look, the other time I think there was a delegation from Sierra Leone or one of these countries that came to the Liberia Revenue Authority to learn best practice. They came here to learn best practice. How are we managing? How is the LRA managing? What can they learn from? It tells you that everything about Liberia is not just bad, it's not just negative. It has never been negative. It will never be negative. You know, we have our own challenges as a nation. But we're trying. We still got good people here. We still got experts here. All we need to do sometimes is to put aside the party politics and this is our time kind of thing. Our time. The men were dead. And bring in the brightest of our minds, regardless of he or she or his or her affiliation, politically or whatever, to be able to make progress. At some point, we must close our eyes and say, look, this guy is from the CDC. This woman is from the Unity Party. But we see Liberia. We don't see party. He or she is an expert in this area. We will hire him. We will hire her. We will provide her the consultancy because she can do the job. Yes, that's how other people are making progress. So I thought to bring in these Ghana scenarios to give us a picture that, look, everything about Ghana and other countries is not. When you go to these countries, the other day, look, when I went to Abuja, I said to myself, wow, these people are developing. They got good roads. They got this. They got that. Then I listened to one of the television and I was monitoring, and I hear the debate about corruption and the government is not doing nothing for the country. And then I say, wow. Even when I'm thinking, even Even at the point I thought the country is so developed, the citizens, because you know what that is happening, the people believe that the country got too much for them to be where they are. And in Nigeria, when they say somebody corrupt, when you hear the money need at 10 of our national budget, nobody can joke. So you go to Ghana, the same thing. You think they got good roads, you think they got infrastructure, but when you listen to their radio stations too and their televisions, the citizens are complaining. Illegal mining is on the increase in Ghana. People complaining and all these things. Why do they do that? Because they believe the country have got so much resources. Their lives are supposed to be better, but their lives are not better. That is the same thing here. People are not complaining at times, and that is the other side. People are not complaining because everything in Liberia is just bad. People are complaining because when they match the natural resources God has given us to where we are, and the enabling environment that have been provided for the citizens, whether through health and education, then people complain. Because we got gold, we got diamond, we got iron ore, we got timber, we got rubber. And the Minister of Mines and Energy will say we got other things that they've discovered. So people can match, and people can match the natural resource of the country and its capacity to do better for them. That's when you see people complaining. I'm hearing that a group of, how do they call it? I am hearing that a group of national volunteer teachers will this morning assemble at the home of President Joseph Boakai to bring to his attention situation concerning the employment. Patrick Walker is a spokesperson of the teachers. I will talk to him, and then we'll go to Buchanan and Grand Bassa and talk to Alexander Pia. We'll talk a lot this morning until 8:30 to 10. From 8:30 to 10, Montserrat County Senator Sir Joseph will be here as our guest. We'll talk about his university, his trip out of the country, and the proposed People's Action Party. Senator Sir Joseph will be here 8:30 to 10 this morning. Let's get, I'm sure this is Patrick Walker. Somebody sent me his number and the information. Good morning. Is this Mr. Patrick Walker?
Yeah, Clarence, you are speaking to Mr. Patrick Walker. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Walker. I just got information from two persons sent me text messages that you are the spokesperson of the National Volunteer Teachers of Liberia. Firstly, am I correct?
Exactly so.
I'm also hearing that you people are assembling at the president's house, or will be assembling at the president's house this morning. Am I correct?
Exactly so. You are correct 100%.
What do you want from the president?
We want to call the president attention to the delay and the manner in function in which the volunteer teachers of Liberia have been treated by the Ministry of Education, as if to say they are not human, as if to say they don't deserve better within a national kid. So, based on the numerous delay from the ministry, that they told us that we were going to get on payroll. If you listen to the final minister last time he was saying Clarence, he told us that at the immediate passage of the national budget, volunteer teachers were going to get on payroll. We all were happy from the passage of the budget, and the budget passed, and the ministry last year vetted 6,000 volunteer teachers. Out of the 6,000 volunteer teachers they vetted, the minister said out of the 6,000 there were 3,755 persons that were qualified based on their own seven vetting.
Please call that number again. How many were qualified?
3,755 persons were qualified according to the ministry own vetting now. The second vetting that the ministry did. Out of that number, the ministers told us that they will put 2,000 persons on payroll, and the other number will come back in the second phase. So out of the 2,000, there will be 1,000 for replacement, and the other 1,000 will come with direct employment, which we accepted, and we thought that it was in good faith, and we told our other colleagues that if they are not part of the process, you should accept, and the second phase will be part of the process. Our colleagues waited patiently. We had meeting with the Assistant Minister of Fiscal Affairs, Mr. Jennifer Jackson, on numerous occasions. Even in Haiti, the HR of the ministry were there, and they told us that we were going to get on payroll. They were working with the DOs, they were working with the CEOs to make sure those things happen. And we waited patiently. And up to now, as we speak, Mr. Jackson, we are yet to know our fate. We asked the minister, we said, Honorable Minister, you say you have completed the listing of the 2,000 persons. Can you show us the listing, one of that the listing to know what our colleagues' names are there or not. Those colleagues who are not there, we can tell them to wait for the second phase. But until that, nothing will happen in that regard. So this morning, we want to call the attention of the president, for the president to get involved to know what do we say about our teachers.
Mr. Walker, when was that meeting held? The meeting that was attended by the HR and the assistant minister, for example?
The meeting that we held up, that was attended our in that meeting, our executive committee had meeting, it was months ago. Months ago.
Now,
before the process.
Why are you not directing your energies at the Ministry of Education, instead the home of the president and not the executive mansion, for example?
I think the president is a parrot, and he will hear our cry when we reach him, because at the early morning, if the president wake up in the morning and see us at the gate, I think that parrot song will come to a heart, because it is not normal within our setting. There are group of young people, group of men who have our children at home that are supposed to be in school by this time are not in school, only because we promised our wives and our family that we're going to get on payroll. We imagine Clarence to the extent that some of our colleagues have died in the process and left their money back.
Are you on your way to the home of the president, and how many are you?
We are on our way. As I speak to you, I'm coordinating my guys. We have men coming from my TV this morning. We have the other people in Maryland plus call. So we're trying to set our guys from the sector this morning, and people that stand on the home of the president to call his attention on the manner and factor in which we are Liberians have been treated by the Ministry of Education, and that of the CFA, and that of the Ministry of Finance. If nothing is done now, our guys will not go to the classroom. We'll let talk that on the sea. We will see that they are ensuring their own payroll.
When was the most recent time that you go back to the Minister of Education to hear from her?
On the recent time, our chairperson in terms of Mr. John D. Newman, we're saying that the ministry, and you ask the minister and told the minister, where are we? You even went to the HR and told the HR, where are we? The HR told us that by the end of August, we are going to get on payroll. So we waited patiently. We told our guys that, you keep it calm. So far, the minister told us that at the end of August, we're going to get on payroll. We waited patiently. We are not seeing anything. The only thing we are doing now is to control us.
As she said, by the end of August ended just yesterday. September 1 is today, my friend. You think you can give her 2 more weeks?
If you listen to the minister said he gave us a definite time that civil service will take place within this country. We are not seeing signs. We are not seeing any signs. They want us to go back to the classroom at the end of the day to keep giving us hope. Our hope now is lost, but we don't have hope any longer. Because of that, we have sat in the classroom for 10 years, for 5 years, for 15 years, nothing has happened. The budget has passed, and the first year is about to elapse. We can't wait any longer, Clarence. So the thing that they're trying to tell us whether we are not or not, if we're not get on payroll, so we can find another job to do. That will be hoping on a dry door that is yet to be dry, Clarence.
Mr. Patrick Walker, thank you ever so much. Patrick Walker is the public relations officer of the National Volunteer Teachers. It's fair enough that I reach over to the Ministry of Education through Maxime Blitten, Maxime Blitten. Are they aware that the teachers are going to the home of the president this morning? What can he tell us about placement of the over 2,000 teachers on the government's payroll? I did not send Maxime Blitten any text message, but sometimes we are pushed to the wall. We just make these calls. Mr. Maxime Blitten, good morning, sir.
Yeah, Clarence, how are you doing this morning?
I am good, Maxime. Are you following the show? Did you listen to the spokesperson of the National Volunteer Teachers Association?
No, I'm en route to Banga. We are pushing Salah right now, so I'm not listening right now. We are going for a program along with the minister this morning.
Oh, you are going for a program with the minister. By the way, several national volunteer teachers are on their way to the home of the president. They are assembling at the president's home this morning. They said the Ministry of Education has done a vetting of over 6,000 teachers, 3,000 plus who were qualified according to the ministry, and the ministry promised it would have employed a little over 2,000. They're giving a lot of time to the ministry and the minister. Nothing seemed to be done. So they want the president's attention this morning. They are assembling there now. They are on their way. What do you say, Blitten?
Yeah. But Clarence, this is something that we start doing with passion and in the love for country. And of course, the minister say to have teachers sacrificing in the classroom for the upcoming generation, and then not being there is unethical, unprofessional, and she will not condone that going forward. So she vetted and, of course, submitted the listing to the CSA. And you know, the CSA, the budget is annually done. We have not concluded last year's budget, so how can you now, in the middle of the year, put people on the payroll when you have not concluded 2024, 2025, let's say 2025 annual budget? So, I mean, we have them on mind. If they are listening, I'm calling upon them to remain kind. The minister is doing everything in her range to make sure that our volunteer teachers that are so passionate and committed, the next budget year, I mean, they will be factor in the payroll of the ministry. But this has to be done with
Maxine, the teachers are saying they were not promised next year's budget. They were promised this year's budget, and in fact, the minister had said that at the end of August they would have been placed on payroll. The number that were vected.
But Clarence, listen now. The budget is a law, and when you pass in the middle of the budget, you expect the minister to violate. I mean, let's be rational.
So she is not supposed to violate, because when you violate, you get into trouble.
Very good.
But assuming what he say is true, if she knows that doing anything will be a violation, why did she promise them that they would have gotten on the payroll in August, at the end of August?
No, but listen now, if the minister promised, I'm not too sure that she was definite that she will put them on payroll in August. But I mean, the passion, I mean, that's what she said. I will talk to the civil service agency to ensure that you people be placed on the payroll, coordinate. So according to the civil servant head, you can't just put everybody on the payroll like that. They have to be done systematically and strategically, so that, because this thing is something, when you're on the payroll, you're not going to stop. It's something that you have to plan carefully. So if you're not planning carefully, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, people not taking pay, they will get on the street again.
So the position, the position of the ministry is that they will be placed on the payroll in the next budget.
No, not just definite. I mean, to be clear, we are finding all necessary opportunities right now to factor them on the payroll with the coordination and the approval of the budget that we'll get, and of course the civil service collaboration. We have to do this together. We want our volunteer teachers to be patient and be kind, because we are educators, and one who much is given to, much is expected. So the demonstration will not put money there for you to go on the payroll. We want you to please remain kind.
Thank you. Maxine Beaton is the spokesperson of the Ministry of Education. You heard him saying there that the minister hasn't been very direct to them in terms of when exactly they will be placed on government's payroll. But of course, he says, well, they are on their way to Banga. They are calling on these people to calm down a little bit, and the ministry is working out modalities. At this juncture, we take fact check. We come back, we'll go to Alexander Pia in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County. We'll be right back.
Good day and welcome to the Fact Check segment. This segment debunks disinformation and it provides the verified facts of statements made online and on the radio. My name is Sia Wemiapu, and today we'll be fact checking claims made in the last couple of days. In our August 28th Fact Check segment, we verified a claim made by Fode Masakwe, a supporter of the Congress for Democratic Change, that Liberia had dropped to 70th place on the 2025 Global Peace Index from 64th place in 2023 during the CDC administration. Our initial findings indicated that Liberia was ranked 70th in 2023, fell to 76th in 2024, and currently stands at 70th on the GPR, rating the claim as misleading. However, a fresh review of the 2024 GPR shows that Liberia was actually ranked 69th in 2024, which still upholds our initial verdict as misleading. While Liberia does currently rank 70th on the Global Peace Index, it was not ranked 64th in 2023 under the administration of former President George Weah, as claimed by Massaquoi. The Global Peace Index produced by the Institute of Economics and Peace is the world's leading measure of global peacefulness. Liberia is categorized in the yellow tier, representing countries with a medium level of peacefulness. On August 31, Edris Belete, a stalwart of the Congress for Democratic Change, he claimed in a Facebook post that any political party which failed to obtain at least 2% of the votes in the 2023 elections and did not win a single legislative seat will be disqualified from fielding a candidate in the 2029 elections. Belete cited Chapter 5 of the New Elections Law of 2014 as the basis of his claim. To verify, we reviewed the law on the website of the National Elections Commission. Chapter 5A, Section 5A.1 of the New Elections Law states that a political party or independent candidate shall be suspended if in an election for the presidency or a seat in the legislature its nominees receive insufficient support, resulting in both none of the party's candidates being elected and the total valid vote cast for the party's candidates being less than 2% of all votes cast in the constituencies where the party contested. In such a case, the NEC is mandated to suspend the party's right to nominate candidates for the next two elections for the same office. Based on a review of the law, we conclude that Belete's claim is mostly correct. While the law does not use the word disqualified, it provides for the suspension of a party's right to nominate candidates under the stated conditions, which prevents that party from contesting in subsequent elections. This is all we have time for on the Fact Check segment. This segment is part of an MOU between Local Voices Liberia, OKFM, Pram FM, and Care Radio to counter disinformation to help the public make informed decisions. This MOU is funded by the Liberia Media Empowerment Project, implemented by Internews with funding from the European Union. The funder or partner had no say in the editorial decision leading to the production of this Fact Check segment. We'll be back with more Fact Check reports to help you know the facts. If you want us to fact check a claim for you, please send us a text to WhatsApp on 0777 556296 and we will check for you. Also follow us on Facebook at Local Voices Liberia, on Twitter at LVL Fact Check, and go to our website at www.localvoicesliberia.com. I am Siawe Meapu. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Thanks to the team at Local Voices Liberia for the Fact Check segment. OKFM has absolutely no import in the Fact Check segment on the different shows here. It is a work of Local Voices Liberia. Well, before we go to Buchanan in Grand Bassa County, we've made a stop on the Capitol Hill campus of the University of Liberia. It seems all is not well at the university, with its faculty association issuing a statement threatening to leave the classroom if the administration of the school cannot meet up with some of its demands. Eric Patton is the Secretary General of the University of Liberia Faculty Association. He's on the line. Eric, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Clarence. It is always a pleasure to voice out issues of our faculty.
What's the current issue? What are your demands? What do you want? What hasn't the administration done?
Well, Clarence, some of the very things that we are talking about are things that we have always talked about. And for instance, let me begin with NASCOP. NASCOP was a situation we had with the previous government, although it had existed through other governments, but the last government signed an MOU. And that MOU was to be able to straighten up NASCOP issue because the government had been collecting Social Security from all employees of UL, but then they were now remitting. So in 2022, the government decided, okay, we will absorb whatever we have now paid to NASCOP as a debt, and the government of Liberia will pay. And going forward, we ourselves will pay the deduction from you directly to NASCOP. And they have been paying that. Well, the surprising thing is that, Clarence, as we've gone to NASCOP, we've been asking our HR for our updates. We have not been able to get the updates from our HR, and some of our colleagues independently went to NASCOP to verify we don't have data. Whether it is coming from the Ministry of Finance or it's coming from our University of Liberia, there's no data, and we are losing our colleagues. Some of those we've lost in the past are yet to even get the benefit from NASCOP simply because we are contributing, but there's no information that we are contributing. And we think that we have had enough of this kind of situation. And beyond NASCOP, Clarence, while it's true that we have this, we received some time ago, because the University of Liberia decided, unknown to some of our colleagues, to pay them as retirees because they had developed this secret list of over 200 persons to retire. While at the same time, the university still has a list that NASCOP is refusing to absorb because the university itself has not even been able to meet up with NASCOP responsibility. So it means that these people who are pending NASCOP absorption are still on the UL payroll, but over 200 of our colleagues, which will affect every department at the University of Liberia. And I don't know whether we have the capacity to replace, but you want to retire them only by December without any clear-cut rule as to how they're going to benefit from NASCOP or what they do else retirement policies. Besides that,
before you go anywhere else, but Patton, you just told us that the last government started and it is continuing that the government itself is paying your benefits to NASCOP or whatever monies are being cut from you. 1 minute, sir. You just said the government is remitting that to NASCOP directly. How come you come back and tell me or telling us that the government, the University of Liberia administration is not doing what it's supposed to do, and so NASCOP is finding it difficult to accept a particular list?
So let me provide you the education, Clarence, and education for the public. The first thing, the government has failed to live up to paying the debt of the UL to NASCOP, so NASCOP is even refusing to absorb additional people from the UL. That's one. Two, NASCOP is made out of percentages. We who are direct contributors, we pay 4%. The employee entity pays 6%. And as part of the obligation, when I deduct money from you, Clarence, when I'm remitting that money, I should remit it with your data. That this is the information of the contributor. What the Ministry of Finance does is it only gives the check. We have seen some of those checks as far back as 2022. The University of Liberia is supposed to develop every month the payroll soft copy data and submit to the NASCOP.
To NASCOP, yeah.
That data is supposed to provide us update because it's a financial contribution, almost like you go to the bank and you're making deposits. You need to be aware of how much deposits you make. But Clarence, even our colleagues who contributed and have died, there's no record of that at NASCOP.
Wow.
And we are still contributing.
What else?
So
what else other than NASCOP?
The money that you're deducting from us now, where is it going? Because we see check that you're going to NASCOP, but we got no information at NASCOP. So where is that money going?
What other demand do you have other than the NASCOP situation?
Very well. So the University of Liberia it has been a long-running situation where they treat our adjunct colleagues as if, they are not human beings. Clarence, since February, those guys taught. They have taught the regular, they have taught the vacation, the university can pay them. Up to now, they have not even been paid. We clear that one at the immediate stuff. So we also have the issue of, some of our colleagues who were dismissed, because we have an atmosphere of fear now that exists at the university. There's this quote-unquote investigation that is normally done without any legal representation of people, without any legal representation of the UL, and people get investigated and get dismissed. Reports are not given to them. They are not even informed as to the details of the investigation and the facts presented. So there is a culture of fear.
Now, Eric, without going further, Dr. Mapaya inherited most or all of these problems, if I'm correct. Do you know as to whether she's taking practical steps to resolve some of them? In fact, what is, leading to your latest action?
So, Clarence, last year, as you're aware, we were on this long strike action. We met the visitor, and the visitor promised. When the visitor came at the induction of the new president, he repeated those promises. Some of the issues were renovation, some of the issues were issues about our promotion, some of the issues were, those same long-standing issues. We did not get anything from the government. So we convened an assembly and said we gave the new president the benefit of the doubt. We opened school without getting some of the things that we demanded. And we kept having series of meetings during the semester, hoping that we'll reach a compromise to say, okay, we have a pathway now to be able to channel. One of the things the former president said, I'm paying my 100-day deliverable. You will see how I have addressed some of the issues. But the recent 100-day deliverable that I presented, it is clear that the president didn't address those issues. So what we are calling for now, Clarence, is, when you go to the Ministry of Finance, they don't even listen to you. They don't care. We need a clear pathway. The issues are outlined, timelines that they will be implemented outlined. It's arranged either in a memorandum of understanding or a collective bargaining agreement that the government of Liberia will sign to her part, the University of Liberia sign to her part, and we use that as a yardstick so that tomorrow, it's not every time we'll be going on go slow. We want to checkmate people by what they say they would do and the timeline they say they would do them. And until we get that document, Clarence, we are saying we're not going to go anywhere.
You're not going to go back to the classroom?
No, we're not going to go anywhere until the Ministry of Finance. Clarence, people don't know. People don't know that you see, that those buildings you see. We will sit in that building, those buildings, one day they will collapse on us. The UL is sinking by infrastructure and financially. As you speak, Clarence, one of the reasons you see that the Mapaya is not even able to function effectively is because she has been coerced, and that is 100 days deliverable, coerced by the Ministry of Finance that she should reduce compensation by 45%. In fact, the number of sections that they are even supposed to offer for students, they cannot offer those sections. Students cannot enter classes because Ministry of Finance keep pressing the UL that they should reduce their budget. So you are promising to improve education, but at the same time while UL is improving, you are coercing that on my point that she should not expand. In fact, you don't have money for this program and that program. Where do we go? So we all need to sit down with that finance ministry and tell us, what do they have for the university that I'm about to be realistic? How much can you raise? We all know you put it on paper and then we go forward.
Now, in the midst of all this, is the university's administration aware of your latest demands, and what have the president said to you?
Well, Clarence, were already forthcoming. On July 18th of this year, we had an assembly, and the assembly asked us to negotiate within 1 month. We submitted our request to the finance ministry, we submitted with the education committee of the Senate, we submitted with the UL president. Not much was, addressed, and so we had to report back to our General Assembly, and they felt that, given the fact that not much was addressed, especially the fact that some of the things that UL could not do and the government were not forthcoming, we needed to take this action to be able to ensure that people who are responsible, do their jobs.
Are there rooms for negotiation ahead of the signing of whatever communique you're talking about? Is there any moment where you will agree to go back to the classroom while you are preparing to sit to have those kinds of discussions, Pattern?
So, Clarence, all of the things we are talking about cannot be solved all can be solved in 1, 2, 3 months, right? But what we are saying here is that there are some that are immediate. For example, what will not compromise is that you will pay our colleagues. They got to send their children to school. For 7, 8, 9 months, people are working, they can't get paid. No, it's unacceptable. You will pay them. That is not negotiable. If there are other issues that are long-term, you will commit yourself to it because we are tired of hearing you using words. We want you to put it on paper. So tomorrow the public will see that the faculty association is not a problem, that you promised this. And you said you were going to do it by this time, so you will be explaining the constraints.
Okay. Thank you, Patton.
Yeah.
Eric Patton, thank you so much. Eric Patton is Secretary General of the University of Liberia Faculty Association. He's on the line there. He spoke to me about situation confronting the faculty over there. He talked about the NASCOP issue that they are paying. There is no data for them at NASCOP, and they do not just understand what the issues are. Fair enough. I have to talk to the Vice President for University Relations, Councillor Norris Torre, asking him whether they are aware of the faculty's concern and how do they hope to address it. They are threatening not to go back to the classroom because they said there's a long-standing issue, so it is fair enough for me to reach out to the University of Liberia's administration through the Vice President for University Relations, Councillor Norris Torre, who is always available to avail himself for these kinds of interactions. Councillor Torre, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Clarence Jackson. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's absolutely been a while. Unfortunately, I could not send you a text message prior to calling you because sometimes the situation can just bring itself, Councillor. How are you, by the way, and how is Dr. Mapaya?
Well, I'm fine. Dr. Mapaya is fine. Like her, all of us are working hard to ensure that we continue to provide and fulfill the responsibility of educating our young people who choose to come to the university. And so that's the happy new month, by the way, September 1.
Yeah, month. Thank you. That's very good. Except that the faculty association, and we never get tired. Sometimes we say we are tired with this thing, but no, we got to keep talking our issues. The faculty association says it will not go to the class again because of issues. Prominent amongst them, they are raising the issue about NASCOP. There's no data for them at NASCOP. Government has been making some remittances, but they're not understanding anything. University of Liberia owes some of their colleagues 7, 8 months. That is not compromised. They cannot compromise that. They will have to pay. Councillor Torre, is Dr. Mapayan and all of you aware of the faculty's latest action? How do you speak to those?
Well, Dr. Mapayan, one of the things that she did when she took over was that she said she's going to listen. And for the last several months, she's listened to all of these concerns, not just only listen, but she's implemented and continues to implement all best possible solutions to address some of these long-standing issues. Clarence, you and I have spoken on this issue so many times, not just this year, not just last year. Some of the problems the university faces are perennial. We are a team of, people working together to fulfill the task of teaching and learning, and it is difficult. So Dr. Mapayan has been engaged with the faculty leadership. Several meetings have been held. She's worked and engaged with the visitor and the Ministry of Finance. To run the university requires money. We are working with the National Legislature. We just put a budget in. We're hoping to get tremendous support from the government. We want to open school. We are calling on the faculty to understand some of the challenges the university faces. We're working with them. Today, the president of the university will hold several meetings to address some of these concerns. We are hoping that those concerns will be addressed, some of those monies will be paid. So, Clarence, it's a going concern. I can't say here that we can solve all of the problems because, Dr. Mapayan is president. No. Dr. Mapayan has to work with a team, and that team is dedicated as much as she is so dedicated. So we're calling on the faculty. Let's sit down. Let's discuss this issue. The NASCOP issue, we'll discuss it. Let's talk about the areas. I teach as well in, the English department, and I tell you, the students want to learn. They are eager to want to go to school.
everybody has to make a sacrifice. The government, under the leadership of our president, is committed. The Minister of Finance, is working around the clock. So it's a going concern. The University of Liberia is our nation's highest institution of learning, and we can't keep it closed for a long time. That is why the new president, Dr. Mampaya, is decidedly convinced that working together to solve these perennial problems is possible. But what we should not do is...
Councillor Toe, could be. I will not let him go. Will remain here or proper play. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So today, September 1, we just, we just about to admit new group of students. We released the entrance result last week or so. Over 2,000 students are coming in. This week, we're going to be releasing the result of the graduate professional schools. Women, this is a routine, and any attempt to stop this routine undermines the academic calendar and puts us back.
What is constant? What is constant between both the administration and the faculty is the fact that all of these things cannot happen in the trimming of an act. Even when I was speaking to Eric Patton, he recognized that some of these things cannot just happen immediately, but he said there are some, for example, payment of arrear could be immediately held. You said the president will be holding series of meetings today. Do you know whether she's meeting the faculty leadership?
Well, she's met faculty last Friday to discuss these issues. And again, the president is a university person. She's worked in academia for a very long time in the U.S. and other places, and she understands the pains. She empathizes with those who are going through. I mean, she's a university person. She's not going to rest content without ensuring that those who teach, our young people are paid. So that is why she's pushing all of us, sitting down with the Minister of Finance, sitting down with the visitor, working with our BFO, looking at the reports, when our payment is going to be completed, because these are conditions that must be met before we open schools, so to speak. If the faculty didn't get paid, they're not going to teach with enthusiasm, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So it's a major, concern that we have to address. So yes, I can say with absolute certainty and assurance, Clarence, and to our colleagues in the faculty, that the university administration, under the leadership of our president, Dr. Mampaya, is working hard to ensure that not one dime is left unpaid. When people work hard, they must be paid. She believes in that philosophy, and that is a conviction. That is the conviction of all of us in the university. That's what we should do. We are the market quotient of larger Liberian society.
Councillor.
So I just want to say thank you, and we'll continue to work with the government, to work with our benefactors, the Alumni Association, to solve some of the problem. We can't solve it right now, but it's working together tentatively, gradually. We will address some of these concerns so that students can get back to school, so that we can teach, so that students can learn, so that we can build a bright future for our country, Clarence. Thank you very much for having me this morning. Happy New Month.
Thank you, Councillor Norris Stowe is the Vice President for University Relations at the state-run University of Liberia. He was talking to us. Yes, he's not denying anything. He's not saying there are no issues about NASCOP. He's not saying there are no issue about salary arrears, but he has assured or reassured or recommitted the administration and Dr. Mampaya's unflinching commitment to address some of these issues. He says, Clarence, well, we know if we do not pay these members of our faculty, it will be difficult for them to come to the classroom to teach. We are aware of that, very sensitive about that. We hope the both sides can sit at the table. There will always be issues at the University of Liberia, I hope the university can get involved and forcibly try to address some of these issues to prevent the members of the faculty from always engaging in these actions that would delay student activities on the main campus. This is the OK Morning Rush. It's on 99.5. My name is Piso. That's what we do here. We talk to all sides of the issues. Let's now take calls on 0777. And so we'll leave Elizana Pia out. We'll talk to Pia tomorrow about the issue in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County among some of the leaders there, Senator Nyomdi Kanga Lawrence, Pro Tem Lawrence, former Pro Tem Senator Bezanga Finley, Matthew Fairplay Joe, and the others. 0777-700-995-555-995-995. Tomorrow, we will, if all works well, we'll be hosting some members of the European Union delegation to Liberia. If all works well, tomorrow we'll be having them right here on the show. Good morning.
Good morning, Clarence. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Eric G. Rapp. I'm Johnsonville.
Okay, let's hear you, Eric.
I listened to in Britain this morning discussing volunteer teaching.
Oh, your line is coming in broken, man, but we'll keep you on. Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, I listened to Maxine this morning sharing that they were now this fiscal year. Instead, that vetting was done August. We went to.
Oh wow! You just shake up a little bit. I'm not going to cut you up, but shake up small. Your lung is bad. Hello.
Yes. Good morning, viewers, Clarence, and good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia. My name is Francis S. Kamal Jr. I'm calling from rural, and I'm a product of the University of Liberia, reading economics and management. Like what the Nender Councilor said, you see, the problem on the university campus is an old-age problem. Government go, government can, it is the same thing. From 1951 up to now, the building is very dilapidated. In fact, the environment of the university cannot encourage you to learn. If you enter the University of Ghana, you'll be anxious to learn, you'll be curious to learn, because the environment alone is conducive. But since the University of Liberia environment is not conducive for us, some of us, we are learning archaic material. Material said 1951, the 15th century material, the 15th century economics are these things that they are teaching us. So we are calling on the government of the Republic of Liberia, on the words of the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Juman Boata, to take an immediate action against Dr. Mataya. Any attempt to lead Dr. Mataya not to renovate their building, like the chicken portrait of the CPAV and the others. A graduate school that cannot be protected. They cannot pin the graduate school. I don't know if there is a place that they have their society room.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, sir.
John B. Mulva is my name. I call from Baptist Seminary.
Mr. Mulva, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Why?
Yeah, we are here.
You know, this university problem, we are not in by this stage a year. We should also be hearing good things, good news concerning about the university. Are you kidding me? NASCO, people working at the university, even when they pass off, they don't have any benefit from NASCO? Are you kidding me? So, tell me, what actually Norris Tour been down there for a number of years? Norris Tour has been down there. He cannot advocate concerning about faculties. He cannot advocate concerning about servers.
But Norris Stewart is not a faculty leadership person. He's
part of the leadership. He's part of the leadership. He should be advocating. He should be the one to push the agenda of the faculty when it comes to NAFCO. Because today, tomorrow, when somebody drop down, what do you think going to be the benefit? How do you think the children are going to benefit? And my brother, now be real. This country, the University of Liberia is the oldest university ever making mistake in Africa. But when they were transformed, when they're going to develop other standards people life. When even students at the university they stay dangling, they stay scrabbling the land.
Okay, Mr. Mulva. Wow, he's angry. He is. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, sir.
Clarence, this is the voice of Sabu Rasta. Clarence, I'm joining the unique conversation for Quentin to be specific with a geographical location, Piso in Zimbabwe. Look, Clarence, let me appreciate you, look, people, for what you are doing for the Liberian people. Look, Clarence, what you doing for all the communities, back up, that it will not get the offer to you, Clarence. But let me thank you for your preferment for winning the best of the year. Look, Clarence, let me admit this, but this station is the best in Liberia. And Clarence, you are my best candidate in Liberia. Look, the last time when you came on DWC, I really wanted to see you that day, Clarence, to meet with you and discuss it. Because Clarence, in Liberia, you are my best. You're the one who caused me to radio. You start following radio. That's why every morning, people, I can wear my body. That's because of people in it. But Clarence, to the real issue.
Yeah.
To the real issue, Clarence, this is not rescue. This is not a rescue. Let me tell you what, Clarence, real rescue is doing. Rescue comprises a responsible operation that usually, Clarence, that involves the saving of lives, removal from danger. You get me, Clarence, liberation from restraint, time when you can't rescue, which means you can't save lives. Look at Clarence, look at the E in the rescue agenda. They say E stand for education. Look, Clarence, let me tell you, to do something at one thing and to do it like another thing. The people coming to our people with a big hole and say, Google in for Clarence, you get nothing for our people. Look, Clarence, you don't need rocket science to tell you that the government is not rescuing, yeah? Our people are suffering.
Thank you.
Let me ask you the question before I jump in now. Do we need voluntary teachers in the Republic of Liberia? Let me ask you, Clarence, answer the question.
What do you think?
And Clarence, do we need voluntary teachers after telling all that lecture instead for rescue? Do we need voluntary teachers?
What do you think?
But Clarence, I want to ask you that when you answer the question, I said, do you think that we need voluntary teachers?
An answer from you will be good too. If you were to answer, it will be good also.
Okay, Clarence, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I don't know, Abu Raza or what. Thank you, my friend. A few minutes ago, Councillor Kanyo Bala is posting this. He says, yesterday at his farm in Bomi County, we were honored to meet with the father of the nation, His Excellency Joseph Newman Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia. During this engagement, we reiterated and reconfirmed or affirmed our commitment to ensuring the success of the GMB-led government. Because when the government succeeds, the Liberian people are better served. And you see Councillor Kanyok Bala is here in photo with the president of the country. Kanyok Bala recently met with the vice president, met with the speaker, and then it has translated into him meeting with the president. What's next? Let's watch. Hello?
Hello?
Yep.
Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, sir.
This is Oscar Zimekom from Compassion in Niba County.
Okay, Oscar.
You know, government is baffled me for us to see the education system in this country going backward. When the president President Boakai, who have 42-year experience, came to the sofa and said that he's going to come rescue all systems set up within Liberia. You know, this day our children are not going to school. Just imagine, saying the president came to Bain for the past 1 year, almost 18 months, the University of Liberia is not open. Every day we see students.
No, not true. Not true. The University of Liberia has been open. People have been going to school.
They're going to school, but every day is demonstration. There is no good school system.
No, but you just said for the last 18 months the University of Liberia hasn't been open. That was not a good state. That was not true.
Yes. It's open, but there is no good school system. Every day the students are on the street. So we want to call upon the president with the 42-year experience that he has in government, try to put our school system into place so our children can gain good education.
Okay. Thank you. Let's go back here. Hello?
Good morning. Good morning, Piso.
Good morning.
Thank you. Lenius Robert, popularly known as Political Slaughter in Burma. I do join you this morning from the temporary headquarters of the Mali Congo for Democracy in Congo. And people, let me appreciate you for the topic. I thought the government said a lot to increase the budget of the University of Liberia. But that, those people who are volunteers should be on the payroll by now. You cannot increase the budget of the university only to increase those directors or people in higher positions, salaries, and burden laws. Your cars. No, about our struggling masses, our people who are struggling to provide education, quality education for the people, Clarence. People, the government needs to be honest. Because when you say you come to rescue, when you say former President, they don't do anything to increase the education sector, to improve the education sector, in the integrate situation, and took the university teacher the last aid, and you say you have come to rescue the situation, but now, those guys are fornicating. It's not be on payroll, but now, you cannot cajole the people. I think the government is honest. The government is not doing the rightful thing. We continue to impose the suffering on our people. So people are crying. The government needs to step on its group because they are paving the way for us to return to the president. And we return to the president, the masses will see the impact of President we are. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to this line and talk to this other caller. Hello.
Yes, good morning, Clarence. How are you?
I'm good.
Lahadi Sony, and I speak to you from the headquarters of Renaissance in this.
Yeah.
Thank you. See, Clarence, I'm just reminded about a magazine I read years back titled, The Changing Face of Tyranny.
Okay.
And it applies to the governance system of African leaders. Okay. Normally, when you see we were fighting against colonialism, we felt the colonialists were more brutal against our people than any other group of people. But today, when you see our own people behaving to us the way they are behaving, they are even worse than our colonial masters. For example, how long will it take for you to put a teacher, a single teacher, on the government payroll to benefit? People who sit at the Ministry of Education, they feel that their education they acquire is more important than those who acquire, their education in Liberia. This is wrong. You need to make sure that these poor teachers...
But not everybody who sits at the Ministry of Education went to school outside the country, my friend.
That's the point too. But you see, that's the changing face of tyranny. People just want for the whole batch of people to leave and they come and do the worst of things to their own people. This is wrong.
Okay. Let's go to this line and take another call right here. Hoping at 8:30. Our friend Senator Sir Joseph will be here. We apologize to our EU friends. We will take them tomorrow. Something slip up, man. Good morning.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, sir. Let's hear you.
This is George Lobo. I'm calling you from the AB Togo Road.
Yeah.
Clarence, I've listened to the conversation this morning, and I just thought it was to just give my little input on the issue of education. Folks need to understand that universities everywhere around the world will always have volunteer, not volunteer, but part-time teachers. What matters is the government's ability to pay those who provide services. There have been a parental problem on the campus. We inherited an arrear of over $1 million. Payments have been made even as we speak. Like we said, Clarence, and I've always been clear every time I appear on the radio, these problems are age-old problems. We came to solve them. One thing we do know, we can assure the people, is that these things will be resolved. We understand that the condition under which our brothers and sisters go to school at the university campus itself does not reflect anything. And to hear some of my friends calling the radio talking about if people don't care and they want to come back to power for 6 years, show what improvement did you make at the university. You pronounced a free public tuition policy where the university president
you inherited those things. You said you would have fixed it. You haven't been able to fix it in 1 year, 6 months. That's a real issue, Josh.
Yeah, but Clarence, it is a real issue, but let's be honest now. We pay arrears. You got to understand it. We inherited them. We pay payments significantly. Over $1 million has been dispersed towards payment of arrears on the campus. Now, what is the next phase of this project? It's getting the building first and foremost. The learning condition needs to be improved for our brothers and sisters, which we agree. What I'm trying to say is that you had 6 years, did absolutely nothing about it. The fact of the matter that we can be able to clear up your debt for the 6 years you wasted, that in itself show progress. Clarence, you know I always say this.
But it's 7 to 8 months. The faculty say the university is doing your administration, Lobo.
Yeah, but guess what? Because we paid the one they were owing them first. So technically,
so you must owe too?
No, we're not owing, but so Clarence, we could have said whatever they owe you, we'll negotiate it all. For our time, we'll pay you for our time. The fact of the matter, we show that we clear all the debt.
Okay, Lobo. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll make progress on this, Clarence.
Thank you, George. Let me take a call from Kigali, I'm sure in Rwanda. This guy is on this line. Let me take him right here. Good morning.
Good morning, Piso. Good morning to the people of Liberia. This is Winston Kobo, and I do join from Rwanda, Kigali this morning.
Yeah.
So, Piso, let me first and foremost say thanks to for the work done for the Liberians in the diaspora, especially relaying the OK Morning Rush so we can make our input. This is my recommendation. You know, this is a hard truth that the ordinary people in Liberia will not always love to accept. You know, all our universities around the world, like the government-run university, even in Rwanda where I am, what government do is that government regulates the amount of students that should be in the school in order for, you know, the school to be able to accommodate those students and make sure to provide quality services to them. So government regulates the amount of students that should enter in every other semester. So now, in Liberia, I think one of the problems we have had in the University of Liberia is the overcrowding of students. And there have been no proper regulations as to how many students should be accepted in an academic year. To provide quality services or quality education to the government-run students, there should be a regulations of how many students should enter, and there should be some increasement in the school fees payment. Because in government school around the world, even in Rwanda, government schools are more expensive than private university.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. He was talking best practice. This is our final call, man. Let's take this as a final call right here. We're expecting Senator Sir Joseph. We don't know whether he's around now. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, my brother.
This is J. Jefferson Chesson, and I call you from Central Monrovia.
Former Minister Chesson, let's hear you.
Clarence, what is happening at the University of Liberia is extremely unacceptable in our country. And I listened to one Josh Lobo that just called. You know, to talk in university issue, you will have to experience university education. And this is what Josh Lowe has not experienced. So he doesn't even know the difference between the volunteer teachers and part-time teachers.
What do you mean?
Those volunteer teachers are people who have volunteered their services unpaid for years at the University of Liberia. And they are saying, what do we want? Simple as that. Put us on the payroll. You have agreed for years and you haven't done this. This is not what you should be saying. What you are saying is an insult to the intelligence of the volunteer teachers and the sacrifices the teachers are making at the University of Liberia. This government came to power knowing fully well that there were serious challenges in this country, but you said this is what you came to rescue. Instead of putting this thing on past administration, it's time that you face your challenges as a government and resolve this issue instead of continuously putting blame on past administration.
Thank you, Chesson. Thank you. The debate is on in the education sector. This is the OK Morning Rush. My name is Piso. Let's take a break. Let's come right back. We never stop keeping trying. We're coming right back here. This is the Morning Rush. Wow. the mayor, I know I wasn't on it, huh?
Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up.
Long there is life.
There's got to be hope.
Okay, so we'll start the show very shortly. Senator Sir Joseph is already here.
Keep on trying. It's gonna be
tomorrow. We'll have some ranking officials of the European Union delegation to Liberia. They'll be here 8 o'clock tomorrow if all works well. TCs. Okay, what is it? It's a proposed political party, People Action Party. Sir Joseph's name is at the center.
You've been cursed so many times. You've been let down by all your friends. Don't lose your mind.
Are they at the neck? Will they be clear anytime soon? When is this university opening? Okay, I can play this song a whole week, without any regret, because it's a real life song. Keep on trying. Some pretend they love you when you have, but when you are down, the same people create stories to laugh at you. Today's Monday, 1st September. This is the OK Morning Rush. We have the Senator of Montserrat County, Senator Sir Hali Joseph is here. We'll talk about the school. We'll talk more about his trip out of the country. And then we will conclude with what is proposed to be a political party. The first time the man come to studio with laptop, I don't know like why he packed the head. When their party come to, I don't know, power or wow, like what will be. Senator Sir Joseph, good morning. It's good to have you. We long been arranging this interview, but it's good you're here today. How are you?
Well, I'm doing very well, Clarence, and I'm happy to be here. And thank you for inviting me. And good morning to the people of Montserrat County and the people of Liberia Lash. I want to say thank you. It's a pleasure being here. And thank God for the prayers. It was a long trip. And I'm happy that I'm back. I'm afraid to fly. So it's not an easy thing flying from one country to another country, or maybe from one state to another state, but I'm happy that I'm back. Okay. So thanks be to God, and thanks you again for inviting me, please.
Now, you stay out of the country for more than 3 months.
Yes.
Probably, maybe I'm correct.
Yeah, 4 months.
Every time I call you out in Canada, you're in a place. What was the essence of all those travels, and will Montserrat to any extent benefit? First, I want you to tell us, where did you go, what did you do there, and how will your people benefit in any way?
Well, first of all, my trip around, let me use the word around the world, was a successful trip. Let me say thanks to the Almighty God. My trip, so I will name country by country, and what's the success story there. So my trip in the U.S. was a successful trip. So the Jefferson Baptist Mission in Oregon had support the school program that I run in Liberia. I worked for Jefferson Baptist Church from my refugee days. When I was in a refugee camp, I was recruited in Senegal, and then they sent me to Sierra Leone as director of missions for Africa. I was able, by God's grace, I was able to build 30 schools in Sierra Leone. Today, those institutions are still in existence, now serving the people of Sierra Leone, where Liberians refugees were staying. Some Liberians are still in those areas, and they still benefit from those institutions. God's grace, Jefferson Baptist Missions have built a university in Sierra Leone, and they also support the schools. I have 3 schools that run in Liberia, kindergarten to 12th grade. And so I went there to renew our commitment, discussing with them the need to continue to support the institutions, improve on it, Also talking to them the issues that was raised by teachers and parents and what have you, because they was thinking, how do we transition the institution? Those schools have been operating since 2007 to now, and it's running free. And anyone hear my voice today, I can say to you, go to any of those schools, go and do your registration free of charge and go to school free, because the Jefferson Baptist Mission in the U.S. have recommitted themselves additional 5 more years to make sure that they continue to pay the teachers. And in fact, not just that, they are sending a team in November this year to come to visit the schools, see other projects that need to be done at those institutions. And I'm happy about that. Also, during my visit with Jefferson Baptist Missions and other places, I was able to talk to them about the vocational and technical institution. Now the building is completed, ready to go. We're ready to take in 4,000 students that will learn vocational and technical education free. I have to make the case, Clarence. Vocational and technical education is very expensive to run. And I have to make a case to them that, look, our target group cannot afford the money to pay. So there's a need that we consider, how do we raise those resources locally and internationally, and what could be their contribution. So I needed to make the case on behalf of the youthful population of Liberia. As you know, not just this Jefferson, not just the school in New Georgia Estate, we are constructing also the one in Mount Barclay, and that will take up to 10,000 students, and we're waiting to expand to other counties and what have you. So I needed to lay the case. Now they contributed up to $500,000 United States dollars, and the running cost of the institution is expensive, because basically most of our students will be doing practical works and what have you, mechanic, carpentry, electricity, so name it. We're going to have a robust nursing, one of the best nursing programs that we'll have running there. So I make the case to them why this institution should run free of charge. So they have sent my proposal to the committee to look at it, the mission committee, to see how best they can support this initiative. But the good news is we have completed the registration of in the United States as a 501c3 charitable educational organization in Liberia, which means this institution will be running free of charge, and people, not just about Jefferson Baptist Church, people around the United States or around the world can donate freely to this institution. So we have that, and that was done in the state of Colorado. It registered as a 501c3, and we want to say thank God that we got that status for the institution. Now we can work alone and mobilize. And the good news is, Liberians in the diaspora, when I share the vision to them, some of them have said, look, I want to take the initiatives to make follow-up to all of those things. Somebody did a proposal already. A proposal was done. What it takes to run this institution within the next 2 years, we were able to do a projection. And then they did a budget up to $3.5 million to be able to run this institution for for the next 2 years, providing practical materials, books, computers, and every other thing, furnitures and what have you. So we've got some furnitures already on donations. We're going to purchase some of them based on the proposal that was submitted. And the good news is that the areas that we submitted the proposals, one of them have responded to that proposal and said, okay, they are looking at the proposal, that they will get back to us in the shortest possible time. So it's cost intensive. We will be looking at the opportunities also in Liberia here. How can other organizations can contribute towards this? So we're going to talk to UNDP, the European Union. We're going to speak to other embassies. This institution doesn't belong to Sir Joseph. This institution was built to provide skills. Clarence, we are lacking behind.
Okay. So that is about America. What did you go to do to Canada?
Well, Canada, part of my work when doing my refugees days too, I also have friends in Canada, and I was also invited there to speak to them about the vision, about the vocational and technical educations around the world, or in the county, and it was accepted that they're going to make their contribution. Yeah, they're going to make their contribution. I also went to South Africa. My purpose of going to South Africa, they just did a new hospital, cancer hospital. And Clarence, the cancer cases are increasing in Liberia on a daily basis. Yeah, so I'm not, every time a case leaves from Liberia, going to India or other places, I'm not getting any feedback of success story as I expected. So I've heard of a successful story of the cancer program in South Africa. So I needed to make a move to go at the hospital there, to go and see, and then look at how can we partners with them. I in the past, I have been able to help few persons going to India, and then it breaks me down when you, after making all of those efforts, at the end of the day, the person passed away. So I felt that we needed to try. It's a little bit not costly, and they have a success story of the cancer program. They even have Indian doctors working there, and other American doctors, German doctors, and what have you. So I thought it was that, okay, how can Liberia make use of those opportunities until we can our health system can be ready to handle those cases. That's why I want to.
And how was it?
Well, it was great. It was great. We have a relationship. I have all of the information. Now we can send patient there. The price is a little bit cheaper if you look at the cost. From here there by air will cost you about 1,700. If you go on the South African airline, you go to Ghana straight to South Africa, 6 hours. You go to Johannesburg. Yeah, so yeah, I think we're going to see. Let's try and see what happens until our health system. We can prepare our health system to be able to handle the kind of cases.
I'm coming and we'll talk more about the school. But in all the trips, on all the trips, as a result, all the visits, are we going to see another batch of medical equipment that you're bringing in country to help some of our facilities here?
Of course, Clarence, we as we speak, we have about 6 medical containers at the port already.
In the country?
In the country. We have them
6.
already. 6. We're trying our best. Some of them, while in the U.S., still on the tour, they arrive. So we have demurrage, we have storage. So we're going to be talking to APN terminal. We're going to be talking to those shipping agencies so they can at least reduce the cost of the demurrage, because the government is providing duty-free for those equipment. So I think they all themselves need to understand that those things are not there for sale. Those things should be given to the various counties in the various hospitals. And not just that, Clarence, on the 5th of this month, we'll have a medical team coming also from the U.S.
September,
yes.
Meaning 4 days from now.
4 days from now.
This weekend.
This weekend. They'll be arriving so that we can go into the communities as well to provide free medical care and service. In November, we also have...
what kind of services they will be providing?
There will be dental care and general medical care.
Okay.
Yes, that's what they're going to be doing.
What's the number of the team?
Pardon?
How many persons coming and for how long are they here?
They'll be here for a week and a half.
Okay.
They'll be here for a week and a half, yeah. And there will be about 14 persons.
14 persons?
14 persons. And so what's going to happen is that we're going to have our team in Liberia joining them so they can work together so that we can be able to serve the community. Okay. Yesterday, we chose a particular area that we're going to be going next week. They're going to be going in the Carwell community. You know where they have Apostle Abraham Roman Church.
Okay.
It's a big facility. So we're going to move the dental clinic there. We're going to do some interventions on the road as well, so that when our visitors come, they can arrive freely. And then move the dental. I have the dental clinic here. It's a vehicle. We're going to move it there, and then we provide a care for our people. That's what we're going to do.
You've just said the vocational and technical training capacity facility is completed.
Yes.
When is the first day these students going to begin to sit in a class? Somebody will say, for too long, Senator San Joseph has spoken about this facility. When will we see practical?
Well, Clarence, don't also forget that we have to follow the government regulations. Okay. We have to do the paperwork. That's why I'm a senator. I'm not above the law. So we have to make sure that the paperwork go through the institution of higher learning. So that process have to start and go. Those the nursing board have to approve the nursing program. So we have to make sure that all of those things are ready. Then the next thing is some of those we get items that we ship already while I was away that come into the country. So and also to run vocational and technical education is cost intensive. I don't have money sitting there and the people that come into the institution cannot afford. So some of those donors that have committed themselves have to upfrontly provide those resources so we can kick off. So I agree with you. I want the school to start today, Clarence. But then if it's, first of all, in order to start today, we must have our certificate to operate. The next thing is we must have a budget, because as long as students enter today you start to spend money. Yeah, so the government is overloaded in terms of the national budget with activities, although we will also engage them to see how best they can contribute, because it's part of their agenda. But I can assure you that in the shortest possible time, and I will be calling, immediately we get our documents that you can now go to operate. Don't forget there were institutions that were listed for not going through the procedures of the government to be registered. I don't want to be on that shortlisted.
Okay. Now it involves a lot of things. For example, maybe the Commission on Higher Education will have to go to see your facility, see the setup.
Yeah.
Have you started the setup
we started,
now?
so
and do we have a leadership now, a management team to manage the place?
Yeah, we have a committee put together.
Okay.
We have a committee put together, and that committee is headed by my friend colleague, former Senator Dr. Coleman, Peter Coleman.
Oh, Dr. Peter Coleman.
Yes. He is helping with that committee to make sure that the institution is placed together. You get other persons that on that committee that are helping to make sure that everything goes so well. You know, Professor Dr. Coleman, who is a lecturer at the University of Douglas and what have you. So I think he's doing well with his team. We're having discussions. The institutions have been informed about whatever that we're about to do, and is the major thing I can say to you is, Clarence, we are ready to go. And
what's about the setup?
The setup,
setting up computers, the decks. The
chairs. So I just told you that there's some donations that I received will be arriving very soon. Then you will see us putting up computers together and everything. That even you doing auto mechanic or electricity, you must have computer knowledge. It's compulsory. So that's how the system. So yes, we have computers already donated to us. They will be mounted up, and everything will be.
So you're saying the facility is with the capacity of taking 4,000 students?
Yeah, 4,000. The campus in Gainesville, New Georgia can take 4,000. The one in Mount Barkley, when it's completed, it can take up to 10,000. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Can we say the one in Gainesville, it all works well by early next year? It could be functional?
I don't want to go next year. Trust me, I don't want to go next year. People raised that issue too, and I was strong making it. Look, Clarence, where we are now, we are at a crossroad. Our youth, our young people need to learn something to get jobs and to survive. You understand? Look, for instance, we have just agreed to add a driving at the program there. Do you know that there are shortage of drivers in this country? Truck drivers? Yeah. Even today, if you can produce 100 truck drivers, there are jobs available for them, but there's a shortage of truck drivers. Yeah. And Clarence, this institution their model is totally different. we are not just preparing students for Liberian job market. No, that's not just the goal. While on my trip, I met a team from. We had a great meeting in Guangzhou. I met a team from South Korea. They flew from South Korea, and then they came to meet me in Guangzhou.
Guangzhou in China.
In China, Clarence, do you know that Ghana, Nigeria, and other African countries, do you know that they contribute to those job market? They send people every year.
To South Korea and those places?
Of course, they do. Those things are happening. Even the United States is taking nurses from Africa, from Nigeria, from Ghana, and other countries, from Kenya. Why are we not experiencing those things in Liberia? You understand? So what we need to do, we're looking at it not just to open the institution, but we're looking at standard, the curriculum. We have a curriculum that they have given us to say, look, this is what we want to see happening. Look, why in the U.S., they are looking for bus drivers. They are taking bus drivers from other countries, like Kenya, carrying them to the U.S. to work. After some time, they return back home. After 2-3 years, and then they come on break. We need to prepare our citizens for the job market.
How is this how is this technical institution going to be called?
Duco Technical University.
Duco
Technical and Technology University.
Okay, Duco Technical Technology University.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be called.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you aware that there's going to be a point in time where you're no longer Senator Sir Joseph? Maybe
that's
retired
why
or something else. What's going to happen? Is it your property or what? Let's get a picture.
Look, Clarence, here's the thing. This is why it's named Duco. Okay. We don't call it Sir Joseph. I believe that, look, with the system put in place, I just told you we have a 501c3. You understand? Anyone can run a 501c3 as a charitable organization. We have the Jefferson Baptist Mission. I work for them as director for Africa. You understand? I'm no longer working for them, but there are people still working. The mission continuing to work. You understand? So a vision, when you have such a vision, when you don't create the opportunity that tomorrow when you are now situated at that position for it to continue to run, it becomes a problem. So that I'm aware of that. That look, what's the future of Duco 10 or 20 years from now? If Sir Joseph is not in the position, if I can't be able to move like I'm moving around the world now, you understand? So we're building up a system that people can follow, that they can be able to follow and move up. We have said, look, let's do a 501c3. 501c3 doesn't belong to any individual. Okay. You understand? No. So it is considered as a charitable organization. No one owns the United Nations.
Now, let's come to talk about some of the issues in Montserrat County.
Okay.
There were times when you sponsored working with some communities. Mm-hmm. Your yellow machines were seen in different communities, making intervention in Monrovia and other, and adjacent communities, but in Montserrat. Mm-hmm. Are we going to see that same thing during the dry season?
Of course. By God's grace, as we speak, the equipments are in Lofa County. Clarence, I needed to face my hometown. I couldn't go to my hometown, so I needed to do intervention. The last time when I went to Lofa, and I walked like 4 hours going to Foyatenga to my hometown. Car couldn't reach there and what have you. So we took the equipments there, and then we were able to do up to 85-kilometer road. Yeah, and we're going to do intervention in other places. But look, what we're about to do is we're going to get another set of equipment for Montserrat County, a brand new set of equipment. We're going to continue. Before the dry season, trust me, we're going to be ready to make sure that we continue our intervention. There are roads that we haven't touched, even in rural Montserrat. There are still towns and communities and villages in rural Montserrat that have not seen car. Children haven't seen car before. Yeah, so yeah, we're going to continue to answer your question.
And we're talking about Montserrat.
Yeah.
Let's go to Bentor. We've spoken about Bentor before. It seems all of you have abandoned Bentor. Maybe my words will be too hard, but no internet connectivity, no telephone there.
Clarence.
Bentor is the capital of Monrovia, Senator Joseph.
Clarence.
Why haven't you people gotten attracted to do something there?
I'm going to live in Bentor. Arrangements are ongoing. The last time I got land and then to build a house in Bentor, to move to Bentor. But unfortunately, there were some issues. You understand? But look, if you think I have abandoned Bentor, no.
You would make Bentor better when you live there?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Look, Clarence, I have a very good relationship with Bentor. I'm a citizen of Bentor. I go into Bentor than any other community. Trust me. Yeah. I go to Bentor, go in a farm. I know where the farms are in Bentor. And I go there and sit with the people. So I understand the situation in Bentor. And we will raise those issues. There's no way, not just Bentor, but entire District 1 and District 17, the rural community. There's no way those institutions, those communities or those districts or communities provide electricity for the country, but there's no electricity in that community.
That's the irony.
You understand? So we're gonna work on that. And my goal is, I'm a senator. I'm going to engage the LEC management. I'm going to invite them, in fact, to Bentor, because Mancofe is in District 1. Clarence, Mancofe is in District 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bentor is the capital city for Montserrat County. Therefore, I think it is wrong. It's overdue. You understand? I want to agree with you that we're not being fair as leaders to the people of Bentor. We're going to work towards that.
No LEC?
Yeah.
No telephone?
No.
You can call there?
No. The network, you can call there. Don't say that.
No telephone tower there. I mean, people got to be strong. I mean, 21st century Bentor. I mean, people got to be struggling. I took the OK Morning Rush there. I couldn't do the show. I only did it on phone. And I got to, they say at that time, the representative Barry won, Lawrence Morris, they had to install some kind of thing that was not
So Clarence, what we're going to do, we'll engage. Thank God you gave me this information. But I think it depends on the network. For every time in Bentor, I have a non-star line, and I receive call, I answer call. But yes, people have the right to choose which network they want to be with. I think you uses Orange, right?
I got all two. I use
which one did not work?
I mean, no. The point I'm making is the internet could not work there.
The
because
internet
there is no
could not
internet
work.
connectivity. So I had to do the show.
So I can assure you, I take note of what you have said. I will visit with the internet, with the companies, and engage them positively to see how best we can make a change. I think we'll do that.
Let's hope the next time you come back,
next time
progress would have been made.
Yeah.
Senator Sir Joseph, to what extent are you joining the fight against drug? I don't see, and this is my personal opinion. I don't know whether you have more interest in the health sector. Maybe I need to say it that way than the other sectors for reasons obvious to yourself. Some people can choose education. I don't see you into it. You know, the fight against drugs.
No, you know, Clarence. I don't pretend. You understand? The fight against drugs. First of all, I want to commend the citizens of Montserrat County and Liberia at large, and also those that organize this peaceful protest against the issue of drugs in the country. I was watching that live, and thousands of persons came out speaking out to the government, and I want to commend them for that, and I also want to commend the government for embracing the fact that, look, this issue needs to be handled once and for all. And I want to also commend the president. He continued to look at the LDEA and continue making changes. I think until we can get the rightful people there, I think things are going well, but continue to take decision. What I can say to you, Clarence, I have announced since I came that look, the efforts that were put together during the Ebola crisis, the energy that I use along with my team, we're going to use that, and we're going to be part of this drugs fight. We're going to do that. And what we're going to do, Clarence, in the past, what we did, well, we spoke to the Ministry of Youth and Sport. Do you know that the beyond Bento in youth camp, where President Totbo had his where he built a youth camp, that youth camp have the capacity to take up to 2,000 persons. Clarence, by God's grace, I was able to raise up to $80,000, and I even found an NGO that could run the center, and I renovated the entire youth camp. The road from Bento all the way to the youth camp, Clarence.
Yeah.
I fixed that road. Talking about 15 miles road. I work on it. You understand? But listen, I was told that the donors said that they never wanted to work with a politician, so I have to bow down. I never felt good after spending $80,000+ and recruiting people to do the job. I recruited more than 1,000 villagers in the community, brush the place, clean the place. If I have meeting for the community people to accept those that are coming, you understand? I try to make the case why these people should be accepted in the community. I did that. Not just that, I provided resources and make sure that we renovated this youth center. Clarence, when I was told that, look, you have to stop because the donors said they would not work with a politician. Well, I understand. I backed down, and today what happened? The youth camp role is terrible. The center is almost like a forest. But when I came recent time, I called the Minister of Youth and Sport, and then I said, Mr. Minister, you knew this is what I did before. How can I help? We worked together, the Minister of Youth and Sport, Bangalore, when he was at GSA, and during the Ebola fight, we coordinated, we worked together as a team to make sure that they played a major role as well. So so I got his call, Respond Gov. So I said, Respond Gov, I'm back, and let's try to work together. And I was embraced that, look, this is not politics, despite you from a different area. Yes, we're going to work along with you. You are welcome. You can come and call us so that we can go together to see the youth camp and what effort can we put together. And then he also extended the message to the Minister of Health. So I'm going to join the team to make sure that something happens. We're all going to put together, even my partners that are coming in November, 5 days from now. When they come, I will take them there. Not just that, Clarence. I sent a team of 10 persons to where the holding center in Johnsonville, where they carry them now. As I speak to you today, they did an assessment of what is needed there. You understand? I don't have to go and shout on radio and say, look, this is what's happening, this is going on wrong. No. That's not how to fight when you are joining, when you are a team. You don't look at just the weaknesses. You don't just look at the wrong, but how can you make it better? So we look at the system there, and then we know what is needed. So we're going to make our contribution. Today, I'm visiting, after my team left from there, today myself, by late this afternoon, I will be driving there to Johnsonville. And then,
what you carry?
But we can say those. Well, we're taking clothes. Some of them, yeah, we need to carry some clothes. We need to carry some food, stuff for them. We're going to carry sanitizers. We get some gift for the girls, that something that is needed. For the girls.
Have you abandoned your other vocational project in Mambagre?
I just spoke about it. I said, look, Clarence, I haven't abandoned it yet. We have gone up to I would say 25%. The good news is we completed the foundation. So it's completed. We have done the elevation, the first phase. We get other phases to do. But listen, we want to open the school first.
The existing one.
The existing one, the one that is already completed. And guess what? You know what's going to happen, Clarence? The masoners, the students that are going to be learning masonry at that institution, that the practical work you're seeing down there,
they will continue.
They will continue. That's the logic. That's the practical work. Because the thing about vocational and technical education is that practical is very important. Hence work. Yeah. So when you're talking about the plumbers, you're talking about the carpenters, when these guys go to class and then the teacher, the professor tell us that we're ready for practical, they will work until so we have a practical, for them where they can complete that institution. And guess what? When that institution also open, the practical cases from there will also build another one. That's the goal. That's how we're going to build our vocational and technical education in the country. And that's the way to go, Clarence. Look, when I say our target group cannot afford, how many of those of our brothers who ride a motorbike can afford for $300 or $100 even, or even $50 for registration? How many of them? Because not just opening the...
So it's going to be absolutely free.
100%
free registration.
Free registration.
Free tuition.
You have even your tools box. Your tools
free
box.
tooth box.
Your uniform.
They're going to feed them?
No, we're not going to feed.
Okay.
Because, we're not going to feed. I think they will handle that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you got area for practical.
Oh, yeah. Practical areas. Yeah, we got a very big area for practical. We're going to get the tools box when you leave at home too. Ladies and gentlemen, vocational and technical education, the higher thing the student should sit in class for 2 months. After 2 months, you know what's going to happen? They're going to start making money in the community. And Clarence, here's the success story. That institution is self-sustainable. We're only looking for a fresh seed money to run the institution for 2 years. After 2 years, Clarence, that institution don't need any money again for anybody to run.
How?
Oh, Clarence.
Why, you will start charging students?
No. If let's take for instance the carpentry department, we can ask the University of Liberia.
Oh, you'll be taking projects now. That's
yes,
that's
what I'm telling you.
That's what you mean.
Yeah. We can tell the University of Liberia so we can provide you with 5,000 chairs. The carpentry department. We just need the equipment. You can produce 200 chairs a day when you have the materials, when you have the equipment needed. We can tell the Ministry of Education that, look, we can, since you're buying the chairs at $25 or $20, we can give it to you at $15.
Okay. Montserrado County Senator Sir Joseph is our guest this morning. We're taking it up to 10 o'clock. Let's move on now and talk a little bit of politics. You resigned from the CDC. That's history now.
Yeah, history.
That's history.
Yeah.
What is this thing we're hearing about the People's Action Party? You are at the center as well. Political leader, funding leader. But this is true? Are you at the Elections Commission?
Well, I'm not the leader. They have the organizing chairman. But I will be joining the PAP. I'm going to be part and parcel of it. That is after they receive the documents at NEC. I have been affiliating with the activities. PAP, as we speak, is known already. Proposed PAP is already known in Canada. There's a branch already there called the Proposed PAP. A group of Liberians in the diaspora already in Canada. Group of Liberians already in Australia. They have PAP Australia. They have PAP USA in different states. You understand? And people have called and said, look, we need PAP in Europe. You understand? So now, what is the history? What's the issue? What's the history of PAP? Clarence, here is it. The People Action Party, that name was generated from a success story. The People Action Party is a ruling party in Singapore that have ruled that country or that have served that country since 1954 to today.
The People's Action Party?
The People Action Party.
Is the current ruling party in Singapore?
Of course it is. Do your research. Now, the PAP, before the establishment of PAP in Singapore, PAP, the group of citizens of that country say, look, we cannot continue to see our country struggling like this. But then Malaysia have already walked away from them. You understand? Then they said, look, you know what? Let's put something together that will move this country forward.
Okay, yes, I've done a quick research. People's Action Party, the PAP, has been the dominant political party in Singapore, re-elected continuously since 1959.
Okay. Yeah. You understand? They started 54, but then they got re-election and what have you. But let me tell you something. Liberia contributed to the growth of Singapore. If you look at history, we contributed, and we sent a helping hand when Singapore was struggling. But guess what, Clarence? Our country is richer than Singapore, have been richer than Singapore, because we have mineral resources, we have all of those things. What is the success story that Singapore today, they can count 1,000 millionaires? We cannot count one. You understand? On that note, we said, look, we're going to first of all adopt the name. We wrote them officially, and we're going to adopt this particular name. We're going to follow the works. We're going to engage them. We're going to sit with them and have conversation. Look at their success story and how can we apply that to Liberia. And trust me, is on that note, documentations have been prepared at the National Election Commission. NEC have officially informed us to go and canvass for membership. We presented canvass, and that is why I'm speaking now about the People Action Party. And then the thing about it is that no one is the owner of the People Action Party. The doors are open for everyone, or to everyone.
Who's the founding chair, by the way?
Ahmed Salif.
Ahmed Salif.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was here recent time. Ahmed Salif worked around the world. He worked in DC. He worked at the U.S. Embassy here. He had worked with a lot of UN organizations. He's well known. He knows exactly what he's doing.
What's new? What's your vision? What are you bringing, man?
Why
should we have another political party, by the way?
Here is it. The People Action Party bring difference on the table. What's the difference? First of all, the first priority when you hear the People Action Party, the research you have done, when you go forward, the documentation, document we have received from PAP Singapore, the first priority is the people.
Everybody have always said that.
It's different. This is different. First priority is the people. It is not about the position. It's not about power. The people are more than whatever. It's not about the status.
Anybody can say that, sir.
So we have one responsibility to deliver. The People Action Party will not be waiting for 2029 election before she deliver. The People Action Party will not be instructing leadership. The People Action Party will not be involved into any negative situations, into throwing stones, fighting. No. We're going to sit. When there are issues, we're going to sit with government. We're going to submit papers to them. These are the issues in the country. Look at these issues. These are suggestions. Because, Clarence, here's the issue. When the country succeeds, the people succeed. When the government succeeds, the people succeed. The People Action Party will not be praying that government must fail. That's a new terms of politics that we're bringing on the table. No. You understand? The People Action Party will come up with alternatives. Bring it in. We're going to engage investors as we speak, Clarence. While in the U.S., what we did is that a committee was set up. We look at the entire arrest agenda
of this government.
And then we did a proposal. We look at a proposal and we submitted it to financial. Because, Clarence.
Wait. You say what? You took this current government arrest agenda.
Yeah.
You look at it.
And say, look.
Based on the agenda.
And submit it and we did a proposal and we submitted it to companies and financial institutions
to help the government.
To help the government
as an opposition political party.
That is why we bring it. That's what make us different. Clarence, it's not about us, it's about the people. So you want to tell us we should? Everybody should die before we come to power 2029?
You think we should trust the PAP?
PAP? You wash up.
I'm asking because the last time we checked, we heard that influential sons and daughters from Lofa like you and Thomas Fala and the other people had a meeting and said, you know why? We got to work with President Joseph Boakai. So the PAP could be an offspring of the United Party in disguise.
Clarence, no. The PAP is not what people think, assuming. What we bring in on the little thing. First of all, why did we form this institution? Things are going the wrong way. You understand? The PAP, Clarence, even when we take state power 2029, government officials who are working in this administration, you know what's going to happen? They're still going to be seated as ministers and work with the present administration.
Come there again.
What I'm saying, we want it is a government. You understand? We want a government that when you win election, you will not just, you that already seated as a minister, you will not have the feeling that you don't have a job again. We all are Liberians, Clarence. All Liberians have the right to jointly work together.
So to come back to that, you've done a proposal for funding. When you get those monies, you give them to the
No, we're not going to get the money.
Okay.
What we are doing is we sell the government agenda. You understand? And then as we speak, when we submitted it, let me just give you the story. When we submitted that, you know what happened? They responded to us. They accepted the proposals. So you know what we are doing now? We are now at the level of doing due diligence. We will not submit anything to government that is fraudulent. So as we speak, we are going to do due diligence. The next thing is we're even going to contact the U.S. Embassy because this institution is in the United States. So we're going to even write the U.S. Embassy to help us look at this company that said they can help Liberia. What kind of proposal we submitted? We have said, Clarence, instead of giving Buchanan Port to a company or HPS, we should give that port to a group of Liberians. The difference between HPS and us, there's no big difference. There's no big difference. All they're waiting for is for them to get the proposal and go bring resources. Why can't we make Liberian millionaires?
Will you, meaning PAP, speak out against governance issues in the country if there were bad governance issues?
We will speak not in a negative form. We will speak not for the Liberian people to look at the weaknesses of government. We will speak in a sense that they will understand that we sit on the table to have conversation. Can you do this the right way? Let's say, for instance, we're going to speak out and say, look, President Boakai, can you also look at other opposition political parties and give them jobs? Not just United Party? We're going to speak to that. Because we are all Liberians.
You seem the proposed political leader of the PAP, am I correct?
If I'm the proposed political leader?
That's what I'm asking.
No, I'm not. Well, I can say this to you. I'm going to first register as a member. I can't just, PAP is not closing doors to anyone. PSP doors are open. When there's convention period, anyone, even before convention, anyone have the right to come. I don't have to be the leader, Clarence.
Will your political party be open?
That's not my political party. I don't own a political
party. I'm not saying you. I'll tell you, will your political party, meaning the PAP, will you be open to the public space? Will you say the truth to us?
Of course, Clarence. It's open. We're going to say the truth. We're not just going to say the truth. We're going to bring opportunity to the country. We're going to bring differences. We're going to, our goal is, listen, we have said, PAP, we are not going to be talking much. We have one responsibility, and that responsibility is to deliver.
Did you buy the PUP's headquarters?
No.
I asked because it used to be PUP headquarters, but I see PAP there now.
I mean, don't ask the question in that form that make.
You will not
the
teach me how to
PAP.
ask a question. I'm being straightforward. Did you buy that place?
So listen, what we heard of, the owner of the property was giving out the property, and
you know I know the owner of the
we
property.
applied, and they chose us.
Okay.
And then to answer your question, we are now in the party headquarters. We are there now. The
You're
PAP.
renting it. Your openness must start now.
The PAP, listen to Clarence. When I'm saying to you, the PAP is there at that building. We are there, and we have engaged the owners. The first thing we have said to them, we are open. We don't want to rent.
Okay.
You understand? We don't want to change address. So there have been 3 months of conversation. Finally, the owner was gracious, and they have given in to say yes.
They will sell.
Yeah. So
you are discussing selling.
that's what we're on now.
And the good thing is that the owner is your former colleague and your friend. So it makes it. Why are you laughing? Because I know the owner.
Why you want to come up with all of this?
No, I mean he's your friend, so it made it easier for the PAP. That's what I mean.
No, but you know what? You're talking about. Okay, let's leave that.
No, I mean, but you can talk.
No, I'm not talking nothing. I think that's privacy. That's private transaction. I don't think it's right to talk about that.
Okay.
That's why you see me holding back, because
And
that is personal.
I respect that too.
Yeah.
I respect that too.
Yeah. But I'm saying the PAP is here to stay. The PAP.
So by what, November, December, you would have been granted a political party status from all you see from the neck?
Well, we are.
Except that you don't control that.
We have been informed to go and canvass.
Okay.
So since I came, we all have been following the procedures. We have been quiet. We're going to be engaging communities, and then the next thing after this process, NEC will be asking us to visit the office, but they asked us to put some things in place. Okay. You must have your bank account. We have a bank statement already that we have in our possession with the said deposit that require. We have all of our documentation.
Well,
we have the 100,000.
Presence fell across the country.
Of course, but you asking about open your line, ask the people whether they don't know about PAP. Even before the certificate is received, PAP is known in the entire country.
I'm about to put you on the spot. Can I put you on the spot?
Of course.
Are you running for Senator 2029?
If Clarence, I don't have an election 2029. My next election is 2032.
Why you say that? Your seat will be up for grabs.
No, my seat is up for 2032.
Oh, okay. Oh, Senator,
you see?
Okay,
You have to apologize to me.
No, I apologize. I honestly apologize.
Yeah.
It slipped out of my mind. It's the other seat that will be.
I don't have an election until 2032.
I see.
Well, listen, if all goes well, I think we should be looking at people to come and serve. You don't have to be greedy and hold this position forever and ever, and amen.
You could be a good vice president.
Amen.
What do you think?
So why? Let's talk different.
Oh, you want to say so? Why I can't be president?
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, Clarence, I don't just want to express interest on anything or just say what I want to say. What is the issue here on the table? The issue on the table is the bread and butter issue for the people, the problem that our people face. Clarence, let me tell you something. 10 to 20 years from now, considering our health systems in situation when nothing changes, the adulthood now where we are, I put myself in that position. But within the next 20 years, we all will die. We need to come up with a strong survey and be honest and say it to the people. 20 years from now, if we don't put in place a robust healthcare system 20 years from now, all of us, some of us here, like, including me, will not be living.
That's why you see.
That's just reality. Who going to replace this generation, our kind, the leaders that are here now? Who going to replace us? The people that are going to replace us are the people sitting now in Johnsonville, not being taken care of. Who have been taking in drugs and what have you. How do we change that, Clarence? We need to change it. It's reality, Clarence. We all need to sit on the table, Clarence, to the point that, Clarence, when we open section, I'm going to be raising the issue with my colleagues.
What issue?
I want 105 of us that are elected to sit in a room and discuss the way forward for this country.
In the context of what?
Here what we need to discuss. Considering some of the changes that have taken place as we speak, the percentage of the budget that USAID supported in this country is no more. To the point that I went to Washington, D.C. to go and inquire that, look, this is very important for us. The people said, no way. That history. What become of that portion of the budget in the health sector, in the educational sector? You understand? That is no more. The next thing is the school feeding program that have been sponsored in the towns and villages, where some of those children only depend on that meal. Is no more, Clarence. So therefore, we need to sit in a room and say, okay, this is the emergency case. This country is at a crossroad now. What do we do?
Just give us some of our benefits.
That's it. We need to sit down.
Is that what you think?
We need to. It's not. Listen. It have to be beyond politics. It have to be about the heart, the reality that is on the ground. 105 of us, we take that decision. The trickle-down effect will be felt in every form of government, every part of government. Let's take, for instance, I'm a senator.
Mm-hmm.
I have $2,000 every month as gas. Mm-hmm. Can we take away all of that and send it towards the government to help sponsor some of those programs? Because, Clarence, the statistics I'm giving you is reality. With the present situation of our health sector, people will not tell you what I'm telling you. You understand? If we can provide those equipment needed, who can have? Do you know how many persons today sitting down sick, they about to give up because there's no hope, they don't have the money?
Oh yeah, we say that every day. When you visit the hospitals, it breaks you down.
That's the issue, Clarence. The nurses, if you speak to them, they are overwhelmed, Clarence. They are overwhelmed. So we need to sit down to say, look, gentlemen, ladies, this is an emergency situation. The resources we have been receiving in the past, like from USAID and other places, look, it's no longer there. It's not coming. Let's look at priorities. Let's take away the gas. Let's take away some of those things. And let that resources, and Clarence, it should be beyond politics. I'm not saying this to crack down any of my colleagues, but I'm speaking of this because of the emergency situation that is in this country. If nobody thinks that it's not emergency, go and see what's happening. So 10 to 15 to 20 years, our class will be no more if we don't face the health system. How many can afford to go for checkup?
I think you and Musa Belete's CMC share something in common, and that thing is, no, we are not waiting for 2029. We will begin to do visible things that our people will see on the ground. Probably it's a new term of politics coming in Liberia. Well, Senator Sir Joseph is here, Senator of Montserrat County, a ranking member of the proposed People's Action Party.
Thank God you use the word a ranking member.
Yeah, say
or
ranking.
just a member. I'm not even ranking.
I'm not NE.
They don't listen.
A ranking member.
No,
of the
listen. I'm not even ranking.
People Action Party and the proposed political leader.
No, man.
Of the proposed People
But
Action
Clarence,
Party.
do you know that?
Talking.
Do you know one to petition you to be the standard bearer?
Where?
PAP.
I'm not interested.
No, but listen. Who told you cannot be?
Yeah, but I don't want to be.
The People Action Party, when they came together in Singapore, it's not about who have the resources or who can afford. It's about who have the heart for the people.
Also, that means you're preaching coming in on.
Oh.
Well, let's take to the lines and talk to Liberians, man. 0777 700-995 555 995 995 are the numbers to call. Senator Sir Joseph is here. We talk about his technical institutions, and we're just talking about the People's Action Party right here on the show. Good morning.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to Honorable Joseph.
Yeah.
So I reserve the right to not call my name for some personal reason, if you were expecting to do that. Yeah.
Well, except that this is a public discourse. Sometimes it's good to call your name.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
So I'm Edward, anyway. So
Edward Joe?
Edward.
And now you can say you Edward Expensive Joe. What are you hiding? Go ahead.
What is I going to do this? So I want to comment Mr. Joseph. Honorable Joseph, I want you to announce a number to see the mobilization pressing. Maybe to talk with someone that is taking down the name for someone be a member of your party. I cannot say anything now. I want to talk with somebody from there. Thank you.
Okay. Let me go outside Liberia and take this call. Hello?
Good morning, Clarence. Good morning to Honorable Joseph Frank Gibson, I call from Paris.
Good morning, Frank. Let's hear you, Frank.
I understand that you are shying away from discussing the issue of CDC because I think since Honorable Joseph had a problem with the CDC, this is the first appearance in studio in Monrovia. And I stand to be corrected on that, most especially in the OKFM studio.
I think this is his first appearance. Yeah.
When it comes to Honorable Joseph, the CDC will always be in the front line. Clarence, since you took over the OKFM, there are a lot of individuals who are never known in Liberia. Through your influence, your contribution, your managerial position, the OKFM, most Liberians outside Liberia have known those people. And I think it would be very, very, very unfortunate if any of those people will say, Clarence has not done anything for me. That person will be very, very ungrateful. Now, before Sir Joseph became a representative in District 13, nobody in the Republic of Liberia who knew Sir Joseph successfully today how he's known. That was done through the CDC, and God used the CDC through...
Somebody's on this line. You got to let Frank Gibson to conclude, man.
We have done a lot of things for him. Today, the Sir Joseph will come back and accuse John William who want to kill him because he said he claimed more vote in Montserrat.
We're not accepting local calls on this line, please. Let's take Frank.
Individual. Today, Sir Joseph is happily saying, no, this man has done nothing for me. Sir Joseph, you were nothing before you became representative of District 13.
Thank you. Thank you, Frank. Except that both Senator Sir Joseph and myself agree that he will appear here again, and then we'll look at exclusively his days in the CDC. Why did he leave the CDC? Why did he say some of the things he said about former President Weah? You know, when you and somebody got to agree on something. So, I mean, that is the commitment that I have for him. And so today he said we'll talk exclusively on this. But trust me, the CDC issue, yeah, maybe we can bring him back here as per our discussion that we agree on to do exclusive on his days in the CDC. Hello?
Hello, Clarence.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is David P. Bien, and I'll call you from Johnson.
Bien, let's hear you.
Yes, so let me say thanks to the honorable man. I actually enjoy his exposé and what he's about to do and what he's doing for country. And so the PAP, I would like to know from him when it comes to their present recruitment, how are they going about it?
Okay, another call here from outside Liberia. Hello? Oh my word, these local calls. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah?
Yeah, hello, Clarence. This is William Bro.
Yeah, Mr. Burr, calling from the U.S. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm calling from France. I'm calling from France.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to go in the senator on 4 points.
Please do.
They said, yeah, let me do it quick. The senator talked about PUP in Singapore comparing to the Liberia. No. PUP in Singapore.
PAP.
Yeah, PAP. No. The PAP in Singapore it was not organized by politicians who already benefited for the system for long years. Then before now, they want to turn to Jesus Christ overnight.
Okay.
So it's not a case. So his case is different. His case, he benefited from the corrupt system. Now he have gotten enough. Then he want to turn to Jesus Christ. So the PAP in Singapore was not that case. There were revolutionaries, people who saw the vision. Ordinary. They did it. The second point is, he talking about the development in Singapore. There were no, why he say the development in Singapore, there are millionaires in Singapore, but no millionaire in Liberia. That's false. He one of those millionaires that Liberia made through corruption.
Okay.
So he should get that. And there are many of those millionaires in Liberia through corruption. So I want to boho in that. Then the vocational school. You asking questions about the vocational school that other people will not be fed. That's another wrong calculation. Any vocational school you form, one of the major things is to feed those students there, or you get them stamping to feed themselves, because when you get them out of the facility, you take their time for almost 24 hours per day. If you don't feed them, they will not learn nothing. So every part of the developed world or developing world, vocational school students are fed or stamping given to them to be fed. Then the last one has to do with PAP lobbying for government. Throughout my study in politics, I have never read opposition political party to serve as a lobbyist for another political party. You can recommend, you can do other things, but you don't serve as a lobbyist. So I think the PAP is an auxiliary group for Mr. Bwaka and Jeremiah Kun, not even the UP.
Okay, well,
thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, and good morning to the Honorable Honorable Sir Joseph. My name is Topa Morris, and I call from Ghana.
Okay.
Honorable Joseph, I say good morning, and thank you very much for your expose, and you are saying it all. I'm not surprised of what you are saying, because for the past time, I heard somebody say you collect money for corrupt government. Yes, if it is true that you get money for corrupt government, but other people have been benefiting. From the past time, Ebola time, we know what you did. You are taking corrupt money and you are taking the other people got rescue for Ebola.
But ain't good to get corrupt money.
My brother, what I get corrupt money, the fact is somebody should be, because that allegation, he died allegation. Let me say thank you to the Honorable Mayor for the technical college that he about to open. Because I know that the Honorable Mayor is very, very instrumental when it comes to the betterment of the Liberian people.
Okay. Hello.
Good morning, Piso.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Clarence, and I do join you from the office of the Rescue Defender on Center Street.
But just cut the radio off.
I want to say, Honorable Sir Joseph, thank you very much for the work and continue to do for the Liberian people. Do not listen to propagandists. Just continue to do your work. God will richly bless you. And come 2029, as you see, we will be in the vanguard to make sure you be victorious.
Okay. Oh, the man, why you say about 2029? Hello? Cool.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, this is Jeremiah Jackson, calling from Carwell.
Mr. Jackson, let's hear you, man.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and thank to your guest in studio. It's just that, you know, when he said that a political party, when it has sort of emerged as a ruling party, will ensure that government, certain government official will remain in their seats until, whatever decision is going to make. But I'm surprised to hear that since he's senator, he has not made any statement regarding the dismissal of Liberians who work in this unity party-led government. I uncle resigned, or he has not made a statement. He's there as senator. You know, there are some of those citizens who are residents of most of the country. He has not made any comments, but yet he's telling us that when he becomes president, he gonna ensure that citizens remain consistent. That for me, I see as the contrary. When I heard him thought that the other guy said, he lobbied, he made research and presented to lobbyists to help the government. Well, that seems to me democracy, and like the guy said, this is just an auxiliary of the unit. That's it.
Okay, sir. Thank you. You say yours. Hello, yeah. Do we have you? Hello? Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm TP calling from the Capitol building this morning.
Okay. Did you say Ezekiel?
Yeah.
All right, Ezekiel, go ahead.
Yeah, I got a few issues with the lawmaker in studio there today. I worked with Sir Joseph somewhere 2017 and with the vocational school. And he owed us some money and we refused to pay that money.
Okay.
We ran behind him ever so long and we couldn't get any redress.
Okay.
So coming back to say you're coming to open another vocational school, how are you going to pay your instructors?
Okay.
Which
vocational school were you working?
Vision.
Vision. Okay, thank you. Let's go here. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Clarence Jackson.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, thank you. This is Momo Kero. I come from Painesville.
Okay, Momo.
Okay, I may say good morning to the senator as well. I said quietly and listening to the senator. I mean, he spoke well. The senator from Lofa, I'm from Lofa. So I think I'm one of those who are not supporting this senator for Mr. Jackson from a high proceeding, from the way how he deliberated the issue this morning on your platform. I mean, I will begin the following, and I want to ask a regular update concerning the opening of the vocational industry because some more are interested.
Okay, thank you, my friend. Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Clarence Jackson. I'm Jimmy Roland from Ghana, JJY.
Roland, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask the senator in studio 2 questions.
One.
Firstly, I want to ask him about our buses that he brought during the campaign time.
Okay.
Because I want to know it is that politicians bring those things when elections are coming closer and after election, and then they take it away. And then the second issue here is I want to know about this university. I don't know the vocational university that he's talking about because I listened to him some part of last year again when election was coming closer, and then he was interviewed by Julius, and then he said by December of last year the school are going to commence, they are going to open. But up to now, the school are not yet completed. Even when you go there, there's no facility in the school.
Okay, thank you, sir. Let's go here. We'll take 2 more. We'll go back to him so he address your concerns. Hello?
Yeah, Clarence, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Clarence, my name is Focus Wilson. I'm from the Southeast. Good morning, Honorable Sir Joseph.
Yeah, good morning.
Let me first say thank you to Honorable Joseph. I think if we had multiple Joseph, we'll be making progress in Liberia, especially so his humanitarian background have been manifested through his efforts in Liberia and elsewhere. I would like to say the Southeast, Honorable Joseph, let me just remind you, it's a vital area. It's an area of concentration. Many political parties and government officials, in my mind, have forgotten the Southeast. I want to remind you that Southeast is a place that requires potential and progressive people like you. But I want to conclude on the 2 things that have been raised. Whenever you're on the public media, one thing is repeatedly being shared is a signal that you need to understand to do welcome adjustment. The first thing you have to deal with, when you saying your political institution, if we 2029, all government officials will be seated, in my mind, it's a rhetoric. It doesn't portray any political reality. Because people who are going to labor the loan with you, people who are going to invest a resources, you will not allow the port managing director to say that. You're not allowed the information minister. I mean, so we have to be real on certain issues. 2.
Yeah.
2.
To conclude on the last one, that have to do with, for example, the lobby on behalf of the government. I think you need to review that. When we say lobbying, you can't lobby for government. You're an opposition. There are a lot of things government do. You're not favor. That's the reason you establish a political party. If you were in the opposition, you wouldn't have established a political institution. You cannot negotiate on behalf of the government. You cannot lobby for the government. What you do, you recommend. What you do,
Focus. Thank you so much. Let's go back to Senator Joseph. You listen to the concerns, different concerns. You want to put it back to you because it's not to you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So thank you. First of all, let me say thanks to all of the callers for what you have said. We took notes of those concerns, and let me partly respond. First of all, before coming to Liberia, first of all, the 2005 election, Sir Joseph was not in the country. I was not part of the political space of Liberia. So I came back to Liberia 2006, and then I started the school in 2007 with my friends in the U.S. The money that I was paid by Jefferson Baptist Mission is more than what I'm making now as a lawmaker before coming to Liberia. So when someone said, Sir Joseph, you were nothing, the information is false and misleading. I worked for Jefferson Baptist Missions as Director of Missions for Africa. I was working, making money. I have my car, I had drivers, and the organizations were taking care of me before I resigned and decided to come and help my country. So my role I'm playing in Liberia, if you think that is because it's somebody that made me before I am where I am today, the information is false and it's misleading. Again, our recruitment process is going on at the party headquarters. We are engaging community. Somebody asked about that, and then somebody said I'm a millionaire. No, I want you to know I'm not a millionaire. The only thing is I give the last that I have. Sometimes, let me just be honest with you. Sometimes I go without food. I want you to know this. I'm not a millionaire. And I took nothing from this government to say, go and steal money. No, I did not, or former government. I can say that to you. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a struggling person. And that institutions were built by contribution from my friends from the U.S. And Clarence, the last time I came here, I told you that I took money from the bank, right? Yes, the bank, in fact, is behind me to pay the money. I got records of that. I can show it to you. You understand? So that whoever said I'm a millionaire, no, it's not true. The information is false and it's misleading. Look, I'm not a lobbyist for government. We will not sit here, our people die. Why are you not saying you are not a doctor? Why did you get involved during the Ebola crisis? Why are you people not saying you are not you're not supposed to bring ambulances before the Ebola crisis? Why are you not guys saying that? I'm not lobbyist, but again, our people are struggling. We have to engage the international community on behalf of our citizens. So I'm not lobbying for government, but we are finding opportunity for the country. And when those opportunities come, I don't have that authority to implement them, but to turn it over to government. What I have said, when people say they're going to help government, I have to do my research on that organization to know that whatever they are saying is truth, they're going to be committed, and they have a history in that direction. Then I will turn them over to government. So if you think that I'm not a lobbyist for government, I'm going to engage people to come and help this country. We want to see companies opening in this country. Clarence, let me just tell you something. In October, I'm going to be taking, by God's grace, 10 struggling Liberian businesses to China. We're going to have a channel
in October next month.
Next month, we're going to have a forum. I'm going to speak to the government, NRC, to go and do a presentation of what are the possibilities in Liberia to invest. Look, in Liberian businesses are not.
You got it 10 companies already?
No, not yet. Not yet. But the good news is, My friends that I met there have agreed to organize it on behalf of Liberia, and they will call more than 50 other investment organizations to come. Clarence, my recent trip, I met a company that want to buy cassava. They say even if we get 1 million container of cassava, they want to buy it. Do you know now that cassava rice is the best rice around the world? You have diabetes, you can eat it.
Cassava rice?
Cassava rice. Companies, Nigeria, they are making millions of dollars from cassava that they import to China.
You mean they export it to China?
Export to China. Then we sitting here, we got a land space, we got a land. We cannot find a way to invest into our people in the agriculture sector. We eat some and then we send some so people can get money. We cannot empower farmers to grow it. That is the issue. There are opportunities there to take us to another level as a country, to stop our citizens from struggling, from begging.
You want to take the business people to China on whose expense?
Clarence, I will contribute towards the ticket if they can't afford. Let them go and do the presentation. Let NRC go do the presentation. Let's get some of these businesses, those individuals need to be connected. Clarence, if people can open companies different locations, we'll get jobs. Not just China, but we look at different places. When I was in South Africa, one of the guys asked me, how many millionaires do you have in Liberia? A millionaire asked me.
What did you say?
First of all, the first thing that came to my mind, who is a millionaire? And I concluded and said, we don't have any. The guy, you know what he told me? South Africa, we can count more than 50 millionaires. That's what he told me. Because the country work alone to protect them, to protect their citizens, to give them opportunity. This country, we need to start looking at the means of giving our people the opportunity. That's what we need to do. And Clarence, people are coming to our country becoming 3 millionaires over us. And we're struggling. If you can take 5 even journalists and you say, look, you'll give them this project here, let them go look for investment. Automatically, those individuals will become millionaires. Do you know that even ArcelorMittal that is in Liberia, South Africa have percentage in ArcelorMittal? Of course. South Africa, I think they get up to 20 to 25% share in ArcelorMittal. They partly own ArcelorMittal. APN terminal are right here. APN terminal, after we passed the agreement, they took money from EcoBank to build a port.
EcoBank here in Liberia?
EcoBank in Liberia.
Do you think your colleagues will reason with you on that kind of proposal to say we are at a crossroad? Let's look at our benefits.
Clarence, let me tell you something. If nobody knows, I will tell you the truth. At this level, we are at an emergency stage.
Really?
Yes. Health-wise, job-wise, nothing happening. People struggling. Do you know how many persons that don't eat in the day? You know how many persons lost their jobs? Those that were working with the implementation of the USAID funds? You understand? Do you know how much percentage of the USAID funds were being supported by with the health budget? All that money gone. There were countries that was adapted by USAID. The health system, Clarence, is gone. Clarence, 20 years from now, our generation, if the health system is not put in place, when they say health is checking, Clarence, every month we're supposed to check our health. We should know what's happening to us.
Well, Senator Sir Joseph.
Other than that, we will die.
I'd like to say thank you today for coming, and we look forward to another appearance at that time. We want to look at
and Clarence, let me. I know the other time. Somebody said about the buses. Yeah, I brought the buses. Clarence, you and I were in studio when the transport union came and said, "Honorable Joseph, please move your hand from the transportation business. Remove your buses. We're not making money. What y'all want me to do now?" The people beg. They say they can continue the transportation system. I should remove the buses from there. We remove the buses. What y'all want me to do? If the transport union come back and say, well, we need help, or when the prices go up high, we'll bring back the buses on the street. But, I mean, one group of people can be complaining, then the other people saying this. So I think we need to sit on the table to have a conversation. NTA were complaining too that I will removing them other businesses. You understand? So I have to stop. That's the thing. Yes, the Southeast, we'll go to the Southeast.
Okay,
you understand?
Senator.
I will be having a tour in the Southeast in the shortest possible
You're
time.
canvassing now, so you can go home.
Yeah, I'm going to be having a tour or go. And please make sure you. In fact, PAP will come recruit you.
Recruit who? as what?
We're looking for a membership, and why I'm here. So everything I say, you remember, yeah?
But what? I swear. Why you say why everything I say you?
I said everything I say here today, so you're not saying yeah. But I want to say, Clarence, we're done now, right?
Yeah, we're done.
I want to say, yeah, go ahead and say.
I just want to say thank you for coming, and you know, like Frank said, it was intentional because it was agreed by both of us that you would come back here. We look at exclusively how you got into the politics of Liberia, how you joined the CDC, how you look at politics, why did you leave the CDC, and then we can open up on a lot of issues with the CDC and Sir Joseph. But today, I thought we're focusing on the PAP and your I was particularly concerned about vocational education.
Well, Clara, anytime you're ready, you can invite me, we will talk. Yeah. What I can say to you, like I stated, I'm not a lobbyist for the government, but we're going to work towards creating opportunity so we can create jobs for our people. Okay. The next thing I want you to know, I'm a struggling man. I'm not a millionaire, so I want you to know that. The only thing I make my contribution, I struggle to make my contribution. Okay. The fellow that said that the vocational school that we have Vision owe him, well, I don't know. You say you work at the Capitol building. I'm at the Capitol building. I don't know why you haven't come at the Capitol building to come see me to say, oh, you owe me money. But maybe you forgot. Please come to the Capitol building. Let's find out. And then I will contact the finance team by then to know why they didn't pay you.
Okay,
you understand?
Senator Sir Joseph. Thank you so much. We look forward to the formation of your PAP.
We will be inviting you on all of our activities. And you are welcome. And PAP... Maserado, get ready for PAP. The people, the 15 counties, get ready for PAP. And we're now waiting for 2029. Our goal is to create jobs. Our goal is to create opportunity and move our country forward before the time.
Thank you, Senator Joseph. Thank you. Tomorrow morning we'll be here. Some officials of the EU delegation to Liberia will be here 8 o'clock tomorrow. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to all the online television, DNOs, and Reporter 231, and all the other Liberia SNN News Network, and all of you for coming. Tomorrow morning we'll be here, man. Bye-bye.